this is now we're going to find out. Oh no, we actually got the cameras decently. Hello, everyone.
Can we see everything on the cameras?
Yeah, because we saw little kind of just slight mess up because we did kind of shift the cameras after we started streaming, so it's like I had no idea where the cameras were going to be placed. Nah, they're placed in the right kind of place. That one could probably move, but we'll do it at the interim or something.
No, we haven't started yet.
No, we are streaming.
No, but I mean we haven't actually started yet.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, there's no point fucking doing it. Not see anybody.
Well, we'll do a quick. Literally, just need to go that way an inch, if that.
Then the mic go.
Yeah, the mic is slightly on screen, but that doesn't need to. Yeah, that worked fine. Not the end of the world. When Neil on his low sun gets a whole camera to himself.
Cool.
Let's do some things while I'm doing other things. Not what I wanted to do. If I can learn how to use this remote properly, people. Yeah. Cool. Hello, everyone. A little bit of a rocky start there, but we're there.
Did it.
And welcome to this week's episode of Geeky Rollers. Hello. Hello.
Okay, I think I'm there. I think I've done it.
You think you're there?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if you won't turn off.
100%.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's a lot smaller.
You'll live. You'll get used to it. We all do.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Eventually, we all have enough money to actually buy some decent shit.
They're both getting iPad and I hate Apple. Sorry.
Alrighty. Still have to see some stuff we need to sort out, but we can do that. Whatever stuff talking through as we're going. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, as you can kind of see, we are down one member this week. Kara isn't feeling all too well at the minute, so yeah, unfortunately.
Soldier on.
Yeah, soldier on. Do wish her that she gets well soon and she's able to join us again next week when we play again next week. Till then, we shall, as Spink said, soldier on and carry on through. Let's get some of that going to where we left off last week. Music a little bit somber and joyous for what it is, but it is what it is. Party after waking up after literally partying the night before with the council, the former now council of Elridge.
Can you turn it down a bit?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah. Former council of Elridge had experienced funny dreams throughout the night, waking up in a bit of a slight confusion on what's going on and what to do next. Waking up and hearing a bit of a kind of stern conversation between Nalarais and Vandrin about a decision that was coming up. The party decided to soldier on with the day and got invited to the celebrations to be some of the main and VIP guests for a big celebration happening in a few days to mark what was going to be the end of the Third Age, the end of the Fourth Age, hopefully an age of peace. Party going off and doing some money in investments in particular candles, slippers, weapons.
Not just slippers.
Not just slippers. Yes.
This is
Any old slippers.
the best slippers
Amazing slippers.
known to mankind. Oh yeah.
Of course.
I need to get some mead.
Oh, fucking
What,
hell.
IRL?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, dear. That's just going to be the end of everything when you do that.
I mean, I can try
Right.
if you like.
Well, I've got some like big slippers, so I can just like paint them like blue.
Of course you can.
Sparkles on them.
The day of celebration had come. Ending of a war. Requires celebration, requires a time of peace and everything coming together. And during Vandrin's overly long monologue speech of how he's going to leave his general and try and forge a new life and begin to share time with his family, a deeper, darker voice seemed to ring throughout the entirety of the city. Descending upon Capeson itself were 5 fucking ginormous ancient dragons, sitting off the city at all 4 ends of possible escape, while the 5th, the largest by quite a bit, red, streamed a column of fire down. Nalarais shielding you all before the flame hit, and Vandrin and his wife Leandra both sacrificed themselves so you all and anyone else could get away.
National heroes.
Upon reaching the Demons Tavern, you found to come across a dragon that only 2 of your party members had remembered, the white ancient dragon of Wendalin. Upon her rode Regan Powell, the next lover of Danita's, had offered Danita to join in this crusade that he was part of for these dragons. Her refusing for her feeling that the dragon had just basically put her child in ice, which later found out that hadn't. Refused. Small fight ensued, to which you guys managed to kill off most of the monks, Regan Powell managing to use a scroll and teleporting away before anything else could happen.
Little weasel.
You all... You all have found that the tavern itself, the Demons Tavern, could actually fly and levitate. It's how the tavern actually became in Capeson itself. And once that had done, and began to float in the air, just before making its way off to its next destination, you saw the great red Leviathan, 2 elven corpses in one of its paws, calling out to Nalarais that he would be next. The tavern then zoomed off towards the northwest. Slowed just enough to see 3 massive ships made of dead bodies and skeletons making its way towards Capeson as well.
They're gonna have a fun weekend.
Yeah.
No, really not.
When the tavern stopped, you found yourselves looking over a floating city of what looks to be pure platinum. You were brought to Drycon, the home city of the Dragonborn, upon the continent of Alexterra. Nalarais having a brief moment to welcome you before the weight of everything hit him. Another noise became present. A slight popping noise as a sphinx wanders out from the back area of the tavern, places 4 paws upon the bar, and basically said that she had ways and information to help you guys fight off these dragons. And that's where we pick up. I assume you're all interested to know what I speak of then.
Just a bit.
A little bit of information would be very helpful right now.
Pick yourself off the ground, Nalarais. You know, wallowing there is not going to do anything. You see kind of Nalarais eventually kind of stand up. He's doing his best to kind of put a brave face on the whole thing, being watched as basically one of his closest friends just died.
Nalarais, you don't have to pretend in front of us.
Not you, maybe. Kind of looks up and guys, it's not just you, Nalarais and Rain, in the tavern. You still have now the ex-members of the council all stacked up in there.
And I'm
Spring
sure they
still next to
understand.
Malorn, just trying to comfort him as best as possible. This is probably more discussion best had in private, away from too many ears and eyes, and not the best state of mind. I assume Nalarais, your office in the academy is still there. That'd be the best place to do this, I think. There's much more they need to know as well.
Information.
All of the information.
It is a key thing in this time, of course. Then we shall go.
Alfita?
Nalarais kind of, you see, the Sphinx not even hesitating, just turns and starts heading back into the back area of the tavern. Nalarais gestures the 4 of you, including Danita, to follow. Anita still holding her little boy in her arms, not kind of wanting to leave, have him leave her side, kind of thing. As you all head off into the back of the tavern, you see a small teleportation circle out in a certain part of the tavern that you guys didn't know was there.
Does it look like a new one, or
Nope.
it's just there?
It's been there this entire time.
It's had like the poker table on the top of it.
I think the only time you guys have really, not necessarily spring, but the rest of you guys have been behind that part of the tavern was when Lisbel used the magic to try and revive. I cannot remember the guy's freaking name. Vandrin's brother. I'm gonna go back and watch it because it'll remind me what his name is. Yeah, Thandriel. Yeah.
Hey.
And you revived Thandriel.
Oh yeah. That's a deal I still need to cash in on.
And you kind of see, you don't go out into like the warehouse bit where he's got like all the brewing stuff. You kind of go on an offshoot from just after the kitchen area. You see like the small room, it's dedicated for this teleportation circle. And you're kind of looking at the doorframe and you're kind of makes you wondering how the Sphinx, who's a large enough creature, was able to kind of get through this doorway. And you kind of watch as it kind of turns to the side a little bit and it almost barrel rolls its way into.
Is it like that video of that really fat cat trying to get through the cat flap? It's just like. And then,
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
that's what they do. That's what they do.
That's what they do best, apparently.
Yep.
Less kibble for the Sphinx.
Yep. You guys go through and it's all same in a teleportation circle, and Nalarais just waves his arm, moves his arms in a very particular way. Doesn't say anything, which is kind of not used to with teleportation circles. For those who've used them, there's still like a verbal thing that needs to be done. He just waves his arm instead, and you see the circle light up, and in a flash, completely different to any other magic teleportation circle any of you are kind of used to. It's just a quick flash, and you're suddenly in a new place. It's like someone shined a light right in your face. And when they moved it, not in the tavern anymore. You're within what looks like it's a bright white room. Same kind of similar teleportation circle, but much bigger. This room's probably more about 15 foot by 15 foot kind of room. It's kind of a medium-ish sized room, and majority of it is filled with this teleportation circle. It's also used for transporting large amount of people quickly.
Question.
Yes.
As I can actually cast teleportation circle, can I warn my family there's a fucking dragon on its way?
Yeah, you can actually send messages and things like that through teleportation.
Cool. Can Belle quickly do that?
That's an afterthought.
Seems wise.
Oh, it's just...
Yeah, pigeon might take a bit long to get there.
Or can Belle send it through this teleportation circle?
You say that actually out loud?
Yeah.
Says, yep. Now let's just as well. I mean, we can definitely send someone to let the Valens know about.
Please, I'd rather my family not die in an icy mess.
You kind of look over and you do see two, not necessarily, like you used to kind of some of these things with like proper like knighted guards or armored guards, and there isn't that. You see two what look like fellow sorcerers, very strict, very tight kind of leather garb, and things like that. Both of them have like two daggers at their side, and you see like two wands, almost kind of like where you have like flintlock pistols.
Yeah.
So there's two wands there instead,
Wow.
strapped across there. You can see both of them have different markings up their kind of arms because they're wearing like shirtless. You kind of notice it's Platinum City. It's all metal buildings, but it's rather feckin' warm.
Oh.
Yes.
I'll just do that.
Oh, all right. Sorry. I went. I didn't see the other side. I only saw that. But yeah.
Belle takes off his signet ring to hand to one of the guards, like,
Yep.
just so they know that it's actually me sending the message and not some weirdo.
You hand it over to this.
Well, I mean,
Hey!
Hand it over to this bronze dragonborn who kind of looks at Nalarais. Sir? The Velens down at Cloverdrift?
Cloverdrift.
Cloverdrift. There should be a teleportation circle there.
Yep, the
Just
one that's
waves his hand, like she takes out, kind of pulls out one of the wands. You can see like a few different colors throughout the wood of it. Circles around as if teleportation circle. You see the color change to a more warm green, similar green that you kind of familiarize with the forest area. As flashes, and he just runs into the center and
And explodes.
That signet ring will come back to me automatically because
Yep.
it's got like a booming beacon on it. Once the message delivered, it'll reappear in my pocket.
Magic.
That's me.
you see,
Makes sense.
you see the door open, and you see two more Dragonborn stood there as well. You see the one that went through was copper, the other one was a white Dragonborn. Outside, you see two more coming, one gold, one red. Right, I'm going to need one of you to go and get one of the other some of the other high lecturers and inform the headmaster that I've arrived. Stuff must be talked about. We need to keep an eye on Rocknor. Why is that? She's been seen down at Capeson. This is not going to end well. You see both of them run off in two separate directions.
So I've just got notice of him just opening doors going, I have arrived!
You step out of this corridor, and Lisbeth, you're suddenly thrown into a flashback moment of you know exactly where you are.
This
is
is all
the-
over again.
This is the Eternal Magic Academy. Basically, where majority of any arcane user in any field of arcane goes to study their fields.
Daddy sent me here as a punishment.
Are we going back
Oh,
to your
really?
Yeah.
We're going back to your college days, are we?
Hey!
Seeing you somewhere you can get incredibly powerful and a lot of knowledge as a punishment.
It's either that or I set straight on fire again, so.
As you kind of look out, you seem to be in a good location. You see, straight out the windows across from the room you're in, you see an open area of the courtyard, the massive courtyard in this area. Fountain, rainbow of colors coming from it, and you see 4 statues at the around the edges of the fountain.
Yes, the rainbow colour
Each of a different race. You can see one of a elven race, lute in his hands, just rocking out, full on kind of rock out kind of style on it. You see another one, Dragonborn, very proud of himself. Looking at him, you just see like the sense of pure magic of it. You see another one, more dwarvish kind of mind, with more of a sinister, dark look to themselves. And see the last one. What race I did for the fucking last one? I cannot remember. It's been a long time since I've designed this fucking. That's what. No, sorry. The tiefling's the freaking warlock one. The dwarf was the wizard. The dwarf is the one with the hat and everything. Tiefling is more of the warlock. You can see
I was
the evil.
taking the piss, but I'm glad I got that right.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of got it wrong. I was like trying to remember. Like, okay, designed this like a year ago. And you can see they're all facing 4 towers that mark the corners of this courtyard. You can represent, and it doesn't. You already know this, but it doesn't take you guys long to realize that each of these towers represents one of the classes of arcane study.
Whatever, none of that's important. What is important is the fact there's a fountain there. Therefore, there is water going up in the air and coming down as if like precipitation.
Yes. And as you kind of notice that you see the colors catching off. Well, that's you're on the top floor. This is a 5-level. The corridors are 5 levels high, and the towers reach even further up. This is like a proper university. The towers are dorms as well as classrooms.
Can I get to the fountain?
Are you going to start drinking out of it?
You get attention for that.
Can I get the fountain?
5 stories up. Do you really want to try and take that?
I don't think he really minds.
It might be the most spectacular fountain you've ever seen.
I have Featherfall.
Shit, he does nil, don't he? Well.
Do you have a vertical leap of 5 stories? I mean.
I have Featherfall. I just go to the bottom of it.
Oh, I got you.
That's what I'm interested in.
We're up there. Sorry,
Yeah, you're up there, yeah.
looking up.
I'm interested in the bottom part of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
See you later.
Look out, and the windows
Spring's
are
current
open,
obsession
and
is
so
precipitation.
you jump out the window.
One moment.
You see the white Dragonborn guardsman who was inside of the room. And is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
No.
He's seen shiny stuff.
No, he's not.
You see
but
Nalarais doing a full-on snout palm. So like,
And outside, Spring's just floating down through all the falling water going, yes. Oh, yes.
No, he's not on anything.
you
We
suddenly
haven't tested
realize that you jumped down this run through, and you now just realize the amount of students that are actually in this courtyard of varying races. Still a fair few Dragonborn. You see, and the main races you see are Dragonborn and elves and tieflings.
Right.
You see the occasional hill dwarf there as well, since their race hasn't tried to outlaw arcane magic yet. Yet.
A couple of elves playing frisbee.
Yeah.
You see, you actually see probably the one or two Goliaths there. Ones that with a strong, either high enough intelligence or charisma to actually be able to study the sense of arcane.
Yeah,
Itself.
mine was just luck.
Well, no, you've gone for classes that require wisdom over.
Yeah,
Use the divine magic.
makes perfect sense.
Yep. You see
So
a few others. You see some surroundings of some of the other races as well. And you see like one human just kind of stood over there alone, just reading nose fully in a book, kind of just like happy in their solace, but just like it's human. Some people still hold their prejudices against them for a number
Dare
of
you be
reasons.
human?
Yeah, you just kind of enjoy that before two literal campus security
And there's
sorcerers. Nope. I would say nope on their own floating discs because that's
the
actually spell in
segways of
D&D.
this world.
Yeah, because there's the
Floating
spell.
discs.
So you just see them come over and just one of them. Again, two more Dragonborn. One. What was it? So we go one silver, one blue. The silver one just goes in. It's like, excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to be in there.
No?
No. Fountains for display only.
You see Belle just lean over the top. He's with us!
Don't you just love the noise, though? The noise it makes when you hit the water below.
He's rolling to see if he got a ticket now.
So soothing.
Shit.
The blue Dragonborn leans forward. And, excuse me, sir. You're going to have to get out, please.
Oh, I only just got in, though.
Playing in the fountain is strictly forbidden. You don't see anyone else doing it now, do you?
But why is it forbidden?
It just is. Now please get out before we have to take matters into our own hand. They both reach out for one of their wands.
Belle sends a message to Spring. Get out of the fucking fountain.
You hear
Spring slowly makes his way out of the fountain, especially as he's back. Why is no one allowed in the fountain? What harm does it do?
But there are reasons.
you hear
I will tell you
'Cause they
later.
said so.
you hear
I'm not sure why I'm in this message.
as a
Accidental replies all.
you hear a popping sound behind you as you kind of feel a hand on your shoulder. You look over and you see Nalarais standing there. It's like, it's okay. Ease with me. I'll explain later about the fountain. It's just not a smart
So if
idea.
it's okay, because I'm with you, can I get back in the fountain and look at the water somewhere?
Do you want to be transported to somewhere like the Feywild or the Plane of Water
Been
or
there.
the Plane of Fire
Not been there, not been there.
and never come back?
No.
Yeah, that's one of the magical gateways and secret paths within there. Which is
Ooh.
why we, when the school was first opened, we lost a few students that way. It wasn't,
An oversight.
and we
Lost a few students.
yeah.
I think they put a sign or
I
something.
think they might have done a few of them on purpose.
Yeah, you see the two kind of security, the campus kind of guards, just kind of sit back like, your highness is like, come, much discussed. He just
Okay.
grabs you and you, just an instant, you're back up.
I thought I was going to carry him by the scruff of the neck for a minute.
Should have. Definitely should have.
Next time.
Yeah. Secret weak point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And you realize, after hearing that explanation, you kind of realize, like, that's probably what's causing that rainbow effect with the fountain. It's the actual magical essence of the fountain and the fact that it was built and discovered around this unknown magical arcane point of ley lines and everything.
There has to be a story there somewhere.
I can make a story if you like.
Well, then.
Alright, come. My office is this way. And yes, the four of you, Nalarais and the Sphinx, all head off in this direction. At least, well, for you, this is genuinely like walking down the halls of memory. While you were sent here as a punishment, you definitely remember a lot more good times in this place than you probably will ever tell your father.
Wait, what?
Considering that you're up in the sorcerer's dormitory, which I do have it written here somewhere.
Oh dear.
Yep. In the you're up in the naturally gifted tower, as majority
Yes.
as sorcerers are basically naturally gifted magic users.
Naturally gifted.
Naturally gifted, don't you know?
Rather,
It just sounds like an alternative
Yes.
to special needs.
Yeah. A little bit column A, a little bit
Yeah.
column B.
Sorcerers are a little bit special needs, you know. They've got
Yeah.
these magical abilities they don't really understand. If they held metal, they just blow shit up, going, "Oh, fucking hell!"
No. Why would you suggest such a
At
thing?
least everything I did in my past was absolutely deliberate, no matter how stupid.
Most of it was
He
deliberate.
takes you down a few corridors and down a couple of levels, a couple of stories down, to actually a part of the academy that you've never actually been to, Isabel.
Oh,
You've
good. I
never
think it
come-
is that much trouble.
You've never actually gone down this point, and you get shown into this room that looks like it definitely hasn't been used for a number of years. All the tables, all the chairs, and everything have definitely a fine layer of dust on them. And it's like,
Pebble?
oh, that's not. You see now it just clicks, and you see like one of the kind of closet doors opens. And just like in Fantasia, where you can see the brooms coming out and everything starts sweeping, cleaning everything up. And just like literally 30 seconds later, pristine, all back into the cupboard, door shut.
I need to be one of those.
You see the mirror.
The things that I have made, we need to go with the
You see in there, you see kind of standard lecturer's desk, several tables and chairs for students to sit on. And on the other end of the room from where the door is, you see a tall mirror.
hello.
Blue sapphire orb. It's clouded over.
Oh.
Blue sapphire orb in the top, which starts to glow. And Nalarais just holds his hand up, and the mixture word of Draconic and Elvish basically says, away, as the sapphire dims and the mirror fully clouds over. Don't have any messages interrupting this, now do we?
Oh, he put
That's-
that into disturb mode.
Yeah, that's that's basically what it is. It's
Yeah.
It's a special communication mirror that any other high-level arcane users could use.
Clearly, I was not high enough to be in this class.
Well, apparently not many people are, because the place hasn't been used for ages.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've not actually been back here since the day.
That was out of character. Lack of accent.
Children.
Fine,
Hasty.
fine. I will not do that lore drop then.
No. I'm combining character. Come on, give me more.
Why has this room not been used for so long? There you go.
There we go.
Feed the deer.
Well,
No reason. Carry on.
we're back. Well, this
couldn't be
involves
bothered.
the old times with the Night's End, which is something that will be discussed. Haven't stepped foot in this academy in, well, good few hundred years, but last time I used this room
Wait for us,
properly.
Nathan.
Night's End? Was that the erotic novel I read once or something else?
Night's End,
Yes.
you may have heard of the Night's End. They were, the group of adventurers, me, Vandrin, and Rain were part of that banished, that
Oh,
red
the
dragon.
group.
Please,
Oh, gee.
sit. Please. Find where you want to sit. It's like basically whole classroom of desks to choose from to sit.
If any of you guys sit in the front row, you're fucking nerds.
Obviously.
Halfway back on the right, halfway across, perched on the table.
Yes.
I'm definitely at the very, very back.
That was like sat 3 rows back from the front.
Not sat next to each other.
Nope.
No.
No, it's just like, curse what I gave up teaching.
Saying that I've never been in a classroom, so I've got no
Yeah,
No
yeah.
recollection
Flake
of
has
what-
no concept of what
school.
this is.
Yeah, it is the most space. You throw it at me, I'm gonna actually hurt you.
You get inspiration on that.
Yeah. Most like public buildings, I'm learning as we go. Like, I get out a straw.
That was actually pretty good.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Like, shield, bitch!
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's get some lore, shall we?
Spring was homeschooled.
So, the story of what happened 1,420 odd years ago now.
Damn you old.
I'm older than that. More stuff you don't fully understand about what those rings actually were.
Okay.
So, that, all those years ago, me, Vandrin, Rain, and a couple of other friends, Marius and Marcy, had our group, a little adventure group of our own, the Night's End. After Uggs' first attempt, all those years ago, to try and claim the world as his own for whatever stupid, idiotic reason that he wanted to boast, he was killed. They head decapitated, head placed onto the battlefield. How he was walking around, I don't know, even want to begin to understand that part. But again, like then, we thought an era of peace was not about upon us. Armies could be breaking up. We can start civilizing the world and connecting the world and begin whatever. Then exactly like what happened to Capeson happened then. 5 dragons appear out of nowhere and start laying waste to every town and village that they could find, avoiding the major cities at the time. I still remember a group of young adventurers who went off to the land of the dead and never saw again.
Hey, at least we came back.
City called Saigon. Basically, city of the dead. Some powerful necromancer who apparently in servitude to the dragon, or one of the dragons. 3 young adventurers went off in that direction. Me and Rain came across them once, and we never heard from them again. Tried looking for them after we banished Sonova. I was on that area. The ways northeast of Farsic? Yeah. Where there's 2 of the 7. Oh god. Starting to remember more than I wish I'd like to know.
Why are they going there?
High Lord Uraj, an elf who thankfully is long dead and was only ever in it for his own gain, decided to have his own little secret mission. Contracted this group and sent them off, hoping to find information about the cult that follows these dragons, for them only to wind up dead. Basically no skin off his back and wash his hands of it the second the news that they weren't going to come back got back to him.
Okay.
It is, unfortunately, 1,400 years in the past. Nothing to be done about it now.
I don't remember this story.
But yeah, me, Vandra, and Rain, and a couple of others went off to the Tomb of the 7 Lords. Sonova, who's the name of the Big Red, had found a home in there. Tracked him down in there, and found a way to banish him. Created our own pocket plane that he could be forever alone in, never to hurt anyone. We thought, cut the head off the snake. The other 4 dragons went into hiding after that. You see a fresh tear start to run down Nalarais' cheek as he kind of remembers more about that day than he'd like to. And now with the sudden loss of another friend, it's hitting him harder again. It was a good victory, but great cost. Try to forget that, but it's hard to forget things like that happen.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this time, banishment won't work. All of them are gonna have to die. We're gonna have to find a way to get rid of them, and it's only me and Rain left to that party, as far as I know. No idea how it's gonna be done. I'm gonna have to ask you all to do something that you're probably not gonna want to do.
We've done worse.
Not as bad as the dragons, but
I don't know. I didn't really want to go fight Lord Ux, but still happened.
he still did.
Finks kind of walks forward a bit more. Thankfully, I know of ways of giving you guys a bit of a boost to fight these dragons.
Oh, that's helpful.
Now I'm listening.
Do tell.
The first are the Loa, or otherwise the chromatic fey animals.
Okay.
5 of them wander this world. Guardians of portals to the Feywild, and friends of the nature and enemies of these dragons. They bless the Night's End, each with a power to help open this portal to a plane to banish him. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to bless you all, and even more powers to kill them.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And thankfully, I can give you the location of all of them.
No, that's helpful.
It is my knowledge to have. You first have Dimbala, the White Spider.
White spider.
He is located in the snow-tipped jungle, just north of the unseen jungle. Shango, the Blue Shark, swims the seas north of Blackfeather, a guardian for those who wish ill against those upon the Southern Isles. Simbai Dao, the Black Hawk. He's not that far away. He flies over the mountains west of where we are. Palquet, the Green Wolf, guardian of the woodlands of Azia. And Agui, the Red Snake, burrows and lives underneath the Sea of Sands. Those 5 would be more than willing to help you, though I imagine they'll have trials. They did for, and she looks over at Nalarais, for them. They had to prove themselves. One does not get blessings from godlike creatures without it.
Would I know anything about the Green Wolf?
Colour's the snake?
Sorry?
What colour's the snake?
Red.
Red.
Yeah, you would have, actually roll a history check.
Which is pretty shit, but...
None of these are anywhere near this 20 peak also, are they?
The shark,
16.
it's not in just a sec. Shango might have, but it's more guarded around Blackfeather.
Right. Because
So-
I've got no idea of the world actual geography.
Yeah, so the 20 Peak Isle is northwest. So if you go from like where Capeson is down Ford Bay at the bottom of the continent and draw a straight line down,
Right.
about 2.5 weeks of travel, you'd get to Blackfeather.
Right.
If you then go from Blackfeather, go to a northwest direction, about a week and a half, you'll hit the 20 Peak Isles.
Right.
Give or take. Of course, depending on the weather and any other.
Weather, tides.
Yep.
Dragon.
The other thing that you might be able to find helpful are the items known as the Gift of the Gods. Unfortunately, I do not know where those things are kept. But another Sphinx does.
Do you know where this other Sphinx is?
Yes. We'd be a bad couple if we didn't know where each other were.
Oh. But you still keep secrets from each other. Suspect.
That was our duty by Ayun.
Oh.
One of us knew the secrets of the animals, the other knew the secret of the gods.
Get the pair of you to go, you fucked.
Hang on, let me just get something up here again. The continent now known as Drycon, where Farsik is. There are 2 twin mountains. One, as aforementioned by Nalarais, houses the tomb of the 7 lords. The other, a little bit further north, between 2 homes of 2 separate giant clans at war with each other, you will find the other Sphinx.
Couldn't be an easy place.
Why would it be?
Oh, you guys have got teleportation circles, you tell me.
I have access to them.
Perfect.
My home does not have one, and nor does his.
That's too easy.
Just trying to metagame here, right?
Of course you are!
How's that going for you?
Not so well.
Spring's going to pull out Anton's book of magical items and artifacts and start thumbing through it, seeing if there's any mention of these gifts to the gods in there.
So there's no
Now you got thinking.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, my investigation. No, Spring just fell asleep on the book. That was a 7.
You thumb through and
Flicking too fast. If it's in there, he misses it. Yeah.
One of those let your eye reading sessions where you literally just fell asleep in the book.
Yeah, you read the same sentence 3 times. You're like, no, still don't get it.
It's time to go to bed now.
So what are these gifts of the gods?
long ago, before the initial creator of this world was sealed away, the gods would roam free on this world and touched particular items that were deemed worthy of their champions, giving these items magical powers far beyond what that any wizard or sorcerer or enchanter upon this world can gift unto them. They became the gift of the gods. Many of the gods bestowed a number of gifts, others very few. There are some that are beneficial, others that are intent on driving the wielders mad or unhinged.
Right.
But as the god who created this world was sealed away and, for the most part, forgotten by all the other deities, before he left, he had placed a divine barrier around this world. The gifts of the gods left on this side, the gods stuck on the outside.
So they're somewhat disconnected.
In a sense, they still hold the power the gods bestowed onto them.
But not the control.
Any mortal can wield them.
Why was the creator god locked away?
There are 6 dark gods who tried to embroil this world into chaos. Tried to send destruction everywhere and claim a stake for their own. A homeworld of such. This god denied it to them for as long as he could. The other gods who had helped him create this world and put in laws upon this world helped him. This caused the holy and arcane war. The dark gods thought the best way to do this was to trap the god, create a special prison for this god, and just for this god. And realizing what was happening, the god, in his final moments, put the barrier up, forcing every god, every deity, off this planet.
Pretty sure it's the same god I've got to try and rescue at some point.
Did you say that out loud? Or?
No. I remember making a deal with a god at some point.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating, darling. Do tell more.
No. Not so prying ears, darling.
The information is now given. Not much more help I can be, for I now must proceed back to my temple and make sure that those who follow know what to do in case the worst should happen.
Cool chap.
Be wary of the five-headed goddess. And she just walks out.
Is that like a saying around here?
Apparently so.
She's talking about Tiamat.
Oh.
You guys know who Tiamat is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddess of the chromatic dragons.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I worship Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, good deity of all dragons?
Oh yes, yes.
Sure, yeah.
Tiamat's his exact opposite.
So, he sounds pretty radical, but not in like a cool surfer way.
What's a surfer?
Oh, don't worry about that. You kids have got a lot of catching up to.
We seem to have a very long to do this all of a sudden.
Like, we were literally just on holiday and now all of a sudden we've got to save the world again.
Yeah.
Fuck's
Like
sake.
multiple times. We've got to find some giant forest creatures and a shark and a giant spider
Where do we even start?
and godly items. And we've got to watch out for a five-headed deity.
I don't know, but my baby mum needs to go back home and drop her child off.
Oh, and that, yeah, we've got to find a babysitter. Like this,
Well,
this lift is getting
Is
too
home a
big.
good place for the kid to be at the moment? We don't know what state Capeson's in.
I'm back at the tavern with the other guys.
Oh, yeah.
And she's only just holding a baby. It's like, yeah, this is no adventure for, yeah. Thankfully the wet nurse managed to get back to the tavern before our, oh, fuck. Our brothel's in fucking ice now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, darling.
Frosty.
I'm sure we can defrost it and we've saved the world all over again. Not sure about the guy on the top though, that might be a little bit dead.
Can I borrow your crystal ball?
Sure. It rummages in the bag and gets crystal out. Yeah.
Scries on his sister.
Scrying orb, yep.
Just go ahead and scries on his
So
sister.
many things.
Yep.
It's not a bag
I've
of holding,
just
but
got
it'll
like
do.
a bag of moss and mushrooms. That's all I've got.
As you're looking to the orb and focusing on your sister, you feel your mind's eye being pulled into it. You start seeing, first sight of it, you see the world. Flash straight in, you see a mass amount of different islands in the southern seas. It doesn't take you long to figure out which one are the 20 Peak Isles. Just as soon as you figure it out, zoom in onto that point. You look over, and you can figure out. You traverse the 20 Peak Isles a number of times. You can figure out exactly which isle you grew up on, where your hometown is, where the tavern is. You zoom in on that peak. That peak gets zoomed on. Zoom in even further into this village, into the tavern. A lot of hustle and bustle. This tavern's quite busy at the minute, and things like that. News of what's just happened hasn't fully reached there yet.
Right.
You've not seen this vision for too long before you do see. It's a bright day, sunny day out there. Usually it is in the Isles. As a sudden massive shadow flies over, is there for a second. You see everyone's like, wait, what? And you see just kind of your sister, you're just focusing on your sister, it's like following your sister out, looking up, and you just see the tail end of a blue dragon flying off towards the center aisle as your vision gets pulled out.
Thanks.
Oh shit. It's back about. I'm guessing you didn't see what you wanted to see.
The blue dragon is headed to the 20 Picaris.
Oh shit.
It just flew over a laughing vine.
Belle kind of pats her pocket and see if her signet rings come back yet. Yep, it's there.
Yep.
My family seems to have got the message too. I'm surprised Cullen hasn't tried to contact me yet.
You pull the ring out and you do see a little something
A little envelope with a little one
tied.
next to it
It's
flashing.
not a big ring. Big ring. You see this little looks like a bit of paper
Yeah.
tied around it. You unloosen the paper, pull it out, and it just opens up magically into to a small thing. Basically, just summarily reads, message received. We've already had reports of the western side freezing over, armies being assembled, defenses being made. What the fuck?
Yeah, my bad.
Don't know what to tell you.
Toad sorry.
You do recognize the scrawling of your eldest brother's handwriting on that one, though.
Hey.
Although
At least he's not fucking it up, I suppose.
although you recognize the signature magic of your twin brother, you
Yeah.
having to utilize the way of sending that bit of paper.
Hey, but if it works, it works. I mean, Louis Frey and Zagor is like, really gonna fucking help, are they? How my family know. Yay.
Well, that is just as Nalarais kind of about to carry on speaking. His door to his classroom opens up. You see there standing 2 Dragonborn. Of course.
Of course.
You see one broad-shouldered, blue, very standard, kind of standard horn. Very different to how Nalarais' horns can reach out and go back. This one has more standard where it's just like one horn coming out from the nose. Broad-shouldered. You can see the massive kind of intellect on him, though. Big, but brains. You see the other one, Black Dragonborn, much thinner, much more kind of agile and elite. More of a very physical kind of person, and female. Black Dragonborn. As they walk in, you see Nalarais go over and just kind of jaw drops kind of a little bit, like, and you get kind of the worry panic, the same kind of like sudden worry is like if your parents just kind of walked in on you and trying to do something important, you're just like, oh, I'm suddenly no longer the most authoritative person in the room, kind of thing. And Nalarais has that exact same expression on his face.
Good job.
Ooh.
Father.
Oh!
Good
It's
to
Mum and Dad.
Mother dear. Hello.
I guess there's no avoiding that fucking now then, is there?
What's up, Mummy and Daddy?
Swear in front of your parents?
What's up, Pippin?
Well, the thing that all you have to remember is, as far as you know, that Nalarais just had a ring of immortality. Though, say, theoretically, his parents shouldn't be alive.
I mean,
Yet, here are both his parents' flesh, blood, and rather healthy.
looking amazing.
They
Full
don't
of
think
age.
they're over 1,200 years old.
Mommy, Dad, how old are you again? And his
Can I
dad,
ask a woman her age?
Dad,
He said Mum and Dad.
remind me, Dad, how old you
Oh,
are.
he said Mum and Dad.
I think I've lost count after my third, after 3,000 years, something like that.
Jesus. I lost count. Ran out of fingers.
Just got bored of counting.
Oh.
Stop celebrating my birthday, it's just another year around the sun.
I
Much
guess you
cheaper than
should.
they forget.
I guess you should probably know the story behind this bit as well, shouldn't you?
Ta-da, we're vampires.
I wish it was that simple. At least vampirism most people understand.
Unless you get the crazies that try and take over the world. Oh wait, we killed them and my father got killed because of it.
There are 10 noble Dragonborn families, each descended from pure dragon line themselves. Idiotic war ensued between two sides of this. One side that saw the need to expand and spread out. The other very content in, well, let's just say they wanted to keep it between the bloodlines. A lot of us weren't a fan of that.
Incest.
So, war ensued. The idiots who decided, oh, we're going to keep it between us, didn't really last long. So
I'm seeing breeding, it killed them off.
So if anyone has a direct bloodline with, like I do, and like the other 3 families that do, immortality is within your blood, in the bloodline. Unless those rings were not rings of immortality, they were rings of life sharing.
Oh. Ooh. Well, that's something.
Oh, the meat warlocks joined the table. Pippin, do you need some dice, darling? Yes, can I have dice, please?
Ooh.
I don't like that one.
I'm going to pull that one. You're thinking of that.
That's going to be on before any second now.
You're thinking about it.
Just waiting for that now.
That's so fucking cute. Give me a D20.
Yeah. What's that one? You want it?
Too far away.
You have no idea what to do with it.
You roll it.
I'm going to port it.
Your turn to roll.
Getting derailed by Pippin. Anyway.
Nothing new.
As you kind of finish this story and this all kind of sets in on you, how old this friend of yours might actually be.
Yeah.
He just turns over and is like, I'm sure there's a reason the 2 of you have personally come to see me in person and not just send a message.
It wasn't intentional. We just sort of...
We're in the neighbourhood.
You see Nalarais' mother
We're
just comes
passing
forward.
by in a tavern.
I see Nalarais' mother comes forward. Just like, well, we didn't think, letting you know that your sister is finally awake, was something to be sent by a message.
Damn, his sister?
Oh, Damien. How is she?
The more you know.
I'll be with you in a few. We need to finish up this first and make sure the tavern's alright. And it's like, we understand, dear. We'll be waiting. And you just see his 2 parents head off and back down the corridor where they came.
It's very jaunty music.
What's going on at the minute?
Sirenscape for you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, sure you guys like to try and figure out what your next step is going to be, and
Oh yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that might be a thing.
There's many options. Like, which one do we pick first?
Only many options.
I mean, we've got magical relics to find. We've got
Yeah.
some giant animals to track down.
Yep.
And a sphinx who will tell us where these relics are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, how do you pick one? You just
Don't.
roll the dice?
What's more important, getting
There you go.
the relics or... Well, one of them is near here. The Black Hawk is near where we are, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, that is true.
So start nearby and get a feel for what the fuck we're doing.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some more information.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to. And that's the reason why we're going to see them.
It's like the ziggurats all fucking over again.
I mean, but then again, how easy is it going to be to track down a giant crow?
Get some bird feed, hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the bird feed.
These spell and spring make perception checks.
Oh god.
Perception.
Yeah.
I ain't seeing shit apparently.
11. Which is way lower than my passive.
8.
Wasn't gonna be that hard of a DC.
You see nothing.
You see nothing.
I see a wall.
like literally in the middle of this, like talking about giant crow, both of you suddenly hear, coming from the
Sounds like a
corridor.
fucking crazy group.
And Nalarais just like turns over. You see the kind of almost hint of a smile start to stretch across his face. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Gets up, heads out to the corridor. And you guys following?
Yeah.
Intrigued.
You guys kind of follow. Just you see coming around the corner this about 3-4 foot tall black feathery mass holding up this long sword, screaming, "Grah! I have it! I have it! Grah!" You see, shortly after, 2 Dragonborn, 2 of the Academy guards, trying to frickin' stop him! Goes past Nalarais. Nalarais just not even trying, just lifts the little crow creature up. It's been a while, hasn't it? Nalarais, I said, see you.
I feel a kindred spirit.
What the fuck?
You're going to introduce us to our friend?
Well, once I pull up the things, I can remember his fucking name.
What is going on? Why is he running around with a sword?
Why am I running around with 2 swords?
You know how
Why
to
is he
use them.
running around with the giant club? Why are you running around with this staff that does lots and lots of fire damage and things like this? I mean, why does any of us do any of these things?
My stuff contains a little fire elemental, so I'm okay.
Why do I just
You
keep...
feed it?
Yeah,
Does
with
it have a
the-
name?
Yeah, Pyro.
But, okay, so you look after your little pet?
Yeah.
I've never seen you do anything for him.
He gets fed on the blood of my enemies.
This
Okay.
little...
Good.
This little Kenyu is called Click.
Sup, Click?
Hello, Click.
What are you doing with the sword?
Shiny.
Shiny! Wanted it. Wanted it!
Wise. Click is clever. Things, yes.
Click
You
sounds
kind of,
dangerous.
now I was gonna take the sword. He kind of
But good.
flicks it open slightly, and you see like you used to see like silver swords, steel swords, Animite like pure black swords. This one you can just look. The shine of it is immense. Pure platinum blade of
Yeah,
a sword.
certainly shiny.
Which one of you idiots let him in the vault again? And the 2 sorcerers like tosses the sword to them. He's like, right, put that back where it belongs, please. And I'll take him to the tavern. He'll be better looked after there, apparently. Come on, Click.
Nalarais. Nalarais. Nice to see you again.
It's not like concerning, I'm not gonna lie. Like multiple personalities in one little bird.
What, have you guys never seen a Kenku before?
No.
Can't say I have.
I mean, you met Ravana at the Arakoa, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Kenku are kind of similar, except for unfortunately they can't fly, and I mean, That's about as big as they get.
They
They
look like a
can't talk
dodo
either.
bird.
nah,
They can only mimic. Is that
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
mimics. He's good
So a
at
dodo
mimicking.
bird then.
But yes.
This Black Hawk now is sort of near here, but we're up in the sky.
Yeah.
So if it's near here, how do we get to where it is?
Can we fly this
So, I've kind of, I do
haven't got my
forget.
Tavern's flying license yet.
No, me neither.
I do forget you guys have never been here before. Drycon is the floating city within the middle of this continent. There are cable cars, there are floating platforms, there are things ways to get to the continent back itself proper and to travel.
That makes a bit more sense.
It's the Dragonborn home, but you do get a lot of visitors and things like that, and it's just like, no, not all of them can fly or have access.
Dwarves there.
Well, I just presume since everyone here seems to be a mage of some sort, they just use teleportation circles.
I would use teleportation circle.
I never used one before I met you lot.
Well, that's your fault though.
Yeah, you're the only one that knew that had one, you know how to use one.
Well, now you do.
Yeah. Okay. So, Do we have any more specific information than just the Black Hawk is near here?
There are mountain regions on entirely the west part of this continent. Search the highest peaks in those areas and you'll find them.
Oh yay, go for a trek.
Just a bit of mountaineering, not much.
Yeah.
Just the highest peaks as well.
They're not as hard to trek as you think.
You know that guy
I
who
know.
had the flying carpets that we found? He'd be really useful right
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
I mean, I live in mountains, but even then I'm like, fucking mountains.
Climb up another one.
I just did one. Don't want to do
I've
another
done my
one.
80,000 steps for the day. Ugh.
I thought I was doing another one.
Fuck's sake.
Really? I mean,
Look, have you got anything that we can fly on?
Basket out, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, time is of the essence. We can't just be hiking up and down mountains endlessly until we happen to cross the right one.
And you could
If we could fly, we could see better. Fate of the world?
Does kind of have a point.
I get your point.
Little bit of urgency.
I don't have any flying carpets or anything like that.
Dick.
We've got a flying tavern, but we haven't got a flying carpet.
I know, right?
What is this place?
The tavern took multiple of us to enchant while I was still here. Carpets would still take multiple people to enchant, and I doubt I'm going to get enough people to enchant it, considering that every sorcerer is now going to be on high alert. Most of our enforcers and vanguard of the sorcerers are going to be sent out to try and keep the cities safe from these dragons, just like last time.
So we're walking then. That's what
You know
you're
any
saying.
friendly griffins or?
We do have a wyvern taxi.
What
Won't get you
taxi?
to the mountains, but they'll get you to one of the settlements
Oh.
close enough to the mountains.
We'll take it.
Close enough.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh man. If only we have a ranger in the idea.
Right, if you kill me off, that could be easily range.
Yeah. New character.
Who dis?
No face with this.
Alright.
Well, time to get some hiking gear, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Maybe
not
like a
equipped for
long
the
rest
mountains.
would be good first.
Yeah, that too. I mean, you
Yeah,
have
a
to
little
do
bit
that.
hurts. Is there a healer around?
Is there any equipment shops where you could get us ready for the mountains? Because I'm not really equipped for that at the moment.
Well, you could spend some time in Drycon. There's plenty. If you thought Capeson was a wonder with magic items and shit like that, you ain't seen the stores of this city.
It's like lakeside.
So,
Malorn,
we go for a
in all
wander.
respects to Malorn, he's good. But we Dragonborn started the Arcane Age, after all.
Details.
Oh no.
What? You
Oh
spent
no,
your
not
money?
of this city. This, you'll have fun exploring this city. Trust me.
I mean, you got fur, you'll be fine.
Shopping?
I've got some really nice slippers. I'm
What?
good to go.
Shopping? We go shopping now?
Yeah, but there's a certain suit of red dragon scale armor in Spring's pack that I don't have any stats for yet.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I literally had a ridiculously busy week last week.
He has.
I mean, I can always make the item. I've just been, well, that's what I've been scrolling around for, trying to sort out shiny stabby and short stabby.
Yeah. Well, I'll mock something up on
Cool.
the break.
Right.
Just be scale armor and then just fire resistance or something like that.
Specifically requested for it not to be scale armor because it's not proficient with that.
That's right.
So it's more like leather.
Yes, that is right. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Don't worry.
Cool.
I mean, technically, like scales and of a dragon is its leather. If you're
Exactly, that's why
if you
I
if
looked
you're gonna
for
be
really
really,
thin scales when I was getting
really the leather type.
It's not gonna be like leather armor plus one.
It's like a crocodile skin handbag.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, cool. Let's. I'm doing. Yeah, let's go shopping. I mean, are we, is the child getting dropped off at daycare and we just taking the money, or?
We're just taking the money. We'll get us something nice.
She's like, yeah, it might be best to probably stop at a tavern quickly first, and
Let everybody know.
Everyone know the child's going to be back, so to look after it.
Yeah. A You guys like sleep?
Sleep? Stop.
Okay.
So, you guys head back towards the teleportation circle as Nalarais kind of, as she's like, just take Click with you. Just, I've gotta go see a freaking thing about a thing.
A thing about a thing. Okay.
That's
You mean you heard about
incredibly
your sister?
non-specific.
We had to know.
She's been asleep for the better part of like 20 years, so.
Okay.
Oh, I need one of those sleeps.
Oh yeah.
I don't
You
think
might
it's
get
a
back those
natural
3
sleep.
levels I lost by coming back from the Feywild.
So the Feywild is the dream one.
But whatever.
Still was 3 levels back.
Yeah.
I actually need to roll for her. She's fine.
Fuck.
What? You
Oh,
got it. So you like, Click looks at you like,
You new friends?
Yes.
I like new friends.
I have a new friend for you back at the tavern too.
Yeah?
His name's Ambrose, and I'm
Woo!
sure you two will get off quite quickly by annoying the hell out of
Ambrose?
each other.
What that did to me.
Yes, Ambrose.
Ambrose.
He flies too.
He flies too?
How do we avoid this character?
E.g., give him to Ambrose. Ambrose will look after him.
Never heard from him again.
Ambrose is gonna hate me for it, but Ambrose will look after him.
well, it's funny because he mimics speech but not telepathic thought.
I know.
We go up now?
We go now.
Ow.
Wow. Literally, all I could think then was wow.
To any DMs who are watching this out there, just throw a Kenku at your party every so often. It's gotta be, you will not regret it. So you guys head back to the teleportation circle. We're gonna click inbound with you as well.
I'm walking along carrying Click. I go happy. Sure this doesn't have strawberries in it.
I mean, maybe it does.
It does.
It says wild berries. I mean,
Yeah.
might be in it.
Head out to the teleportation circle, and it's on the outside. It's the gold and red on the outside, and they kind of open the door for you, and then it's the copper and white on the inside. One of them pulls out one of the wands, waves it over the teleportation circle, and you see the kind of similar blue there was earlier as you guys head back in. The same blinding light, you end up back in the same room as the tavern. In the tavern, come out, and you're like, yep, you're back in the tavern.
Cool.
Things gonna change. Most of the council have kind of like either headed off or try to kind of find a way to relax themselves.
I'm sure there's some rooms they can go sleep in.
Yep.
Yeah.
You kind of see Rain's kind of trying her best to kind of help Malorn out, and it's like Rain does have a sensitive side. It's just she doesn't really like showing it, and it's while she knows Malorn, she's still kind of slightly uncomfortable trying to comfort him a little bit, and this and the other, and he's just going through all the emotions and everything at the minute. And as I kind of look up and just see Click in your arms, and Rain, she's like, "Oh, he dumped him on you, has he?" Oh dear.
Have you seen my darling Ambrose?
Yeah, he kind of came down earlier, wondering where you were, but told him that stuff needed to be said out of certain earshots of people, and
Yeah.
I think he understood.
He always does. Belle kind of goes back upstairs to find Ambrose. Click's with her as well.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Click kind of runs up to Ambrose. Ambrose is kind of asleep, kind of pulls his head up from his sleep as you kind of come in, and you just hear the voice says, "Oh, what's that?"
This is Click.
Click. And Click kind of like you see like someone like gingerly like going to go to pet a snake kind of thing
Yeah.
that I've never picked up a snake before. Click's kind of doing like that, and then just like,
Aw. Ambrose?
Such really cute.
Fucking cute, yeah.
Quick's gonna be staying with us for a little while. I don't know how long.
Keep your valuables locked up. Shiny things kept in boxes.
Yeah, can we make sure there's no shiny things around? I know how much you do like your shiny thing to Ambrose, but this guy was running around with a fucking sword.
We will steal it.
You see, Ambrose is kind of Click is so kind of engrossed, just like trying to stroke Ambrose and kind of see what Ambrose actually is, kind of thing. And you see kind of Ambrose kind of take the odd copper and silver coin you occasionally give him and just tuck it further underneath him. It's just like, okay.
There's a storage box under the bed. You can put it there.
When I have a chance to. And almost like an excitable child seeing like a dog or a cat for the first time. It's just like Click's just like, everything about this has to be spent.
Click. Let's leave Ambrose alone for a second so Ambrose can climatize to you.
Okay.
You stroked him. Now I think Ambrose needs to meet you. Like a very excitable fucking puppy.
Yep. What are you guys doing?
Go in the fucking bed.
Gonna grab a glass of wine. It's been a very, very odd and trying day.
Yeah. Honestly, Flake is just going straight to bed. He's like,
Just gonna
fuck you guys, go to bed.
This bitch is
You walk
all
out of
over
your
so
room.
much.
You walk out of your room just as he kind of flakes like.
Making no sound as he's walking in his lovely new slippers.
Hey.
Roll a stealth check.
I love them slips.
Oh wait, this will be helpful.
That would be helpful.
Usually, yeah.
Everyone's going mad. And it was +3 for my slippers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is looking good. Where's me? Stealth. That's a 19.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yep. You
Not
just.
a sound.
Yep.
People like,
You only just kind of see him just as. You only notice him just because you look over and you just kind of see him moving along.
Spit
Or
him
just
off.
because you looked in that direction, not overhearing him
Yeah.
or seeing the
it's
move.
floating across the floor.
La, la, la.
So Flake goes and passes out.
And then slams his door.
Yeah, absolutely. And Thea falls over like something in the floor. Go to sleep.
Fuck it out.
Damn right.
This is a big day for him.
So tuck it out, bless him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, little man.
Carry on, you head back downstairs just as Danita's kind of handing over her child over to the wet nurse who managed to get to the tavern. And just let wet nurse kind of like, no problem, ma'am. I'll make sure that he is well looked after in your absence while you go off and save the world. Again.
That's an afterthought.
As wet nurse starts kind of heading upstairs, you still need to go to the bar, sit next to Spring, a goblet of wine as well. It's like, fuck.
Oh, hi, Pippin.
You've been there a while.
I'm just popping my head back up again, just so you know I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Belle goes over to the bar as well. Puts Click down on the bar. And gets a glass of wine herself. Ambrose is obviously sat on her shoulder like normal.
Alright, you're just going to
I
see
don't
how
know how old Click is. Doesn't she Click be in the bar?
He's with us. He's going in the bar wherever he wants to or not.
right.
you hear Rain coming up at you. Oh, don't worry, he's somewhere in his 20s, at least.
Oh, so he's
Okay.
legal, that's fine.
Yeah.
Rain, what does Click drink? If anything, do you know?
The strongest thing
Click,
you've got.
Click kind of. Rain goes behind the bar, starts pouring herself out an ale, starts drinking it as she kind of pulls out, starts pouring another drink. Seems to be like a mixture of mead, ale, and wine. Puts it in front of Click and goes like,
Drink?
yes, Click, drink. And Click's like, he starts drinking this mixture. too happily.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, don't ever try that drink. It's just not worth it.
Noted.
It'll get you fucked up. Don't know how he fucking manages to walk after it, but... And Click's just like, fucking walk after it.
Click! We don't repeat everything we hear, darling.
Carl?
We don't repeat rain, no.
We don't repeat rain, no.
Correct.
Correct.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
What have you done? What have you done?
Get fucked. Get fucked. Click just running around with his tanker and a bit oversized and his kind of feather wings. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked.
I've created a monster. An amusing monster.
He'll be a good distraction at some point, don't you worry. We'll send him in, he just runs through going, "Get fucked." And we just sneak around the back.
Please tell me at least
Just
the council
before we
members
kill each
that
opponent,
down
come
here are
to
getting a
the-
laugh out of this.
The people in the tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. My plan worked, it's lighten the mood. Oh my god. Spell just sat there now with her wine going, what the fuck have I done? Whilst just drinking deeply into the cup and laughing.
Yeah. Click kind of stops and kind of magic? I'm magic?
You are?
He holds the tankard up as it starts to glow with bright light. Magic? Drink.
Click. No. Just drink your drink, Click.
Kind of close and Click's like, Caw! All the windows in the tavern burst open. Caw!
Click.
Does that creature have prestidigitation?
Okay.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, might be a sorcerer in the making.
No wonder he was at the Magic Academy.
Raises his tankard up. For Bahamut.
Hanging around with some weird people.
The problem is we've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14 at the moment, and Bahamut ain't a good thing.
Uh-oh.
Wait, no.
Get fucked.
Anyway, anyone else want to suggest what we're doing?
Recovering. I didn't
Yeah, you have a glass of wine, they're going to go for a sleep.
think. Going off to mountains.
All want to take a long rest now.
Yep.
Thanks. Trying
Do
to
it
read
for
through
Dorita.
some of those hit points. Hit points.
Not as squishy anymore. We don't like being overly squishy.
Cool. Yep.
Wait, where's the resting gone on this on mobile?
The
So click on your
Gears.
name
In name.
and then scroll down a little bit.
Oh, that's a weird place to put it.
I know.
yeah, it's touched out the way with a lot of other stuff.
And to permit again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, go.
No, it's a fucking awkward place to put it. Anyway.
Anywho. So I'll take a bit of rest. Now, several hours later, you all kind of either wake up roused, and it's starting to kind of get towards the dusk end of after everything happening, the explanations, and everything going on. You all take a nice night's rest. Wake up fairly early the next day. Just for the sake of it, can everyone roll a d20?
No mods,
Just straight.
Me.
13.
5.
2. What is wrong with my rolls tonight?
Alright, so Isabel, you're right. Danita was alright. Flake and Spring, sudden, just random points of your homes kind of hit you a little bit throughout the night. Not necessarily nightmares, but just troubling kind of dreams. Flake, obviously, your family and clan all in Ozia, and knowing that the White Dragon herself headed off in that direction. And obviously, Spring, what you saw with the scrying as well. Just kind of, you got your rest, and there was kind of some points where you woke up in the night and just like, fuck. Managed to get back to sleep and everything, but just settled in the back of your head a little bit in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Not that there's a right way for that to settle in the back of your head.
Didn't
but
process it like you should have done.
No.
Wake up feeling a bit. At
Sure.
least I got at least a good 8 hours, so that's alright.
you all wake up the next day ready to do some shopping. We'll take a small break there.
Cool.
I kind of need to be.
I still have no money.
That's because I have all your money.
That's true. Well, I've got 665 gold apparently. I think I never transferred it over again.
I'm down to 283.
Don't want to know how much I've got.
You've got unlimited wealth basically. See, unlimited wealth. Fucking Jeff Bezos over there.
Alright guys, we'll be back about 5-10 minutes. I'm going where? Get right back to the action. By action, I mean shopping.
Shopping is action. Shopping trip.
And we are back, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Talking about surnames and where they come from.
What a load of nonsense.
I'd love to know who the fuck came up with my last name.
That's a tosh.
Yes.
Hey, mine's
Who would
mine.
have double barrel surname?
Done talking about mine's minor, which originates dating back as far as like early 1700s Germany, which is a translation from Master of Time.
I'd love to know who decided to put feet and hands together and thought it was a fucking good surname.
Well, the only
Female.
official part of my surname just means that questionable birth, basically. Robinson, son of Robin in the Green.
Really?
Yeah.
Questionable birth.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Aren't we all questionable births?
Considering I was born exactly 9 months to the day of Valentine's Day, yes, I was a very questionable birth. It's true.
And now you know her birthday, everybody, so. Yeah.
If I was gonna know my fucking birthday soon anyway.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh. Let's get back into it. Just gonna...
Game faces on. Where's the fan? Just blow a hair and
Hang on.
you waft the beer. Doesn't quite work. We tried.
It's too floppy.
Pick up on.
It's all about phrasing, guys.
Phrasing. Pick back up
I mean,
the next day. Early in the morning, party is well rested up, ready for the next challenge of shopping.
Everyone's feeling alert and not very floppy.
Phrasing. That's where it goes.
I'm rigid and ready for action.
Standing to attention.
Said
Thank
Ripley
you.
to the android. No, it doesn't work there.
Anyway.
Are we not
Now we
using
finished
phrasing?
talking about butt dice trays.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Wake up in the tavern. As you guys head downstairs, Nalarais is back in the tavern. Rain in her usual spot, kind of broody. And there's one other person in the tavern at the minute. You see standing there, not too dissimilar looking from Nalarais, a black female Dragonborn, horns curling from the back, coming out forward. Very kind of fine features, yet more on the bulky side, more kind of as if like she's actually kind of worked out a bit more to give herself a bit more of a tone feel to her. You still see, even though not wearing any formal armor, there's still a kind of heavy long sword sling across her back. Doesn't want to be left unarmed for any reason whatsoever. You see, in the same kind of point where Nalarais has like a symbol of Bahamut, the platinum dragon, on this side, you see on her kind of lapel or t-shirt, a similar symbol in the same area, but instead it's like a claw mark or a symbol of a dragon with a claw mark scratched through it instead. Nalarais turns to us like, "Ah, good, you're all awake. I'd like to introduce you all to my little sister." Well, she's kind of bulkier. Nalarais still has the more bigger, kind of intimidating presence. She just, you can tell that she works out.
Yeah.
Just goes, "This is Sophria."
Good morning.
She kind of turns around and looks at you and like, "Ha! Nice to meet all of you. Anywho,
You should just have visions of Denita going, Mummy, sorry, Mummy.
Now Rash kind of turns to like,
Mop.
"You're right, little sis." And she goes like, "Yeah, just remembering a weird dream I had, that's all."
We
Tell me
dream you
about it.
said.
Nothing to do
Oh,
with me.
fuck.
Well, it's a time of importance, so.
Not important of right now. Anyways, stop by to see how your God. Tavern was doing. I thought you were actually going to run this into the ground, big brother. But I'm kind of glad to see you didn't, and at least you're serving decent beer instead of whatever piss water the taverns down there still serve. Anyway, I've things to do and need to eventually make my way down south. I have a friend to see and to make sure she's alright as well. Everything?
Oh.
I'm sure I'll probably see you guys soon.
Okay.
And until then, she kind of heads off to the back of the tavern and just hear the click popping sound of the teleportation circle activating.
Nalarais,
Yeah?
what did you land the tavern on?
And? We're still floating.
Yeah, but what was here before you put the tavern on it?
What do you mean?
Was there anything here? Was it just an empty space?
I'm not sure I'm following you, Spring.
Was the air occupied?
Yeah, was there like another building or something, or a playground, or like a garden or something like that, or was it just a piece of empty ground?
What, you mean back in Capeson?
No, here now.
We're
The
not
tavern
You
is
there.
landed the tavern.
No, we're not. You look
Yeah,
out and
yeah,
the tavern is
still.
still floating. It's not landed at all.
Oh, okay.
It's like the,
We're still
the
doing
ship
the
out of
floaty float.
Independence
How are we
Day
getting
floating
around
over
it?
the city.
Teleportation circle.
Oh yeah. It's been a long day.
Yes.
And we've just got up. It's been about 5 minutes.
I was trying to hoping a lot that was just a dream and it had not happened, you know.
Oh,
E.g., we've had a weird dream recently. Let's hope it's not continuing on into this world.
Yeah.
Because that would just be a bit fucked up.
what?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Stop chewing on some mushroom.
Stop chewing your mushrooms.
Stop messing with my dreams.
It's not me. It's not me. This time.
Sure.
Okay. We need to go and get some gear for the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shopping.
Oh.
Yes. Need some breakfast first?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spring needs to be fed first before we do anything.
He gets a bit cranky in the mornings.
And goes around, picks up one of the aprons
Yeah,
underneath
no wrong.
the counter, and heads off into the kitchen area. About 10-15ish minutes later, comes out, food all ready, set up, and already with your breakfast wine and mimosas.
Yes!
Make the break
Remember the
tradition now.
mimosas.
Yeah. Fills a couple of hip flasks with wine, makes a bacon and sausage sandwich to go. Okay, let's go.
And I'm sat down with a bib on. I'm just,
No, you can eat yours. It's okay.
I just put it into the bib. Right, let's go. So tie it around my face like a feed bag.
Oh no.
He's got practical skills, but he's not very charming.
Down to
No.
Rosa, make some to go food, put some pastries and stuff into her bag as well for later.
Thank you.
And then quickly makes another sandwich for her to eat as she walks.
Okay.
And feeds some bacon to Ambrose.
So what? Does anyone have any items in mind? Because I think Flake's pretty good with mountains anyway, naturally, so he doesn't really particularly need anything other
Just
than
need to make certain we've got rations,
just rope and
pit-ons, grappling hooks, warm weather gear, cold weather gear.
Just
Yeah.
trying to think, because Belle hasn't really got much in terms of armour. I know she's a sorcerer, but fucking hell, she's squishy.
It's also like to protection would be good. Radiant protection, cloak of protection, something
Yeah.
like that.
I've got my Cloak of the Valkyrie, but that's pretty shit in terms of protection. It makes me go zoom, but...
There is...
Braces of defense.
So now we're going to so obviously mountaineering gear and things like that. What else intending now you might needing to get down there? Because I might be able to point you to a decent shop or two that might be able to help you with that.
Provisions.
Plenty of general stores down, general stores in as a sense down there.
Cold weather gear and mountaineering gear. Other than that,
That's why he's these candles on at some point.
I think I've only got one potion of healing left.
I mean, I'm
What did that do
a
again?
potion creating machine over here, so I am.
Yeah,
I should have something because I'd usually have the X amount a day I used to have. Let's have a look. I can't remember how many it was.
Got no equipment that I don't actually remember what it does.
Inventory. They're pretty good as well now because we upgraded, didn't it? My mushrooms.
Oh
2d10 plus 4 on my mushrooms at the moment.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I get 4 a day as part of my... So unless there's a nice garden centre, I could pick up some more fertiliser. Miracle Grow. Get that on there.
You say it out loud in game, or?
To be honest, it's probably not a bad idea, just as a thing to go have a look at. They could learn something new.
Well,
or they could learn something.
Well, majority of cities and towns don't really have that many magic shops, and I mean, Capeson only basically had Malorne's shop.
But we're in Magic Land.
Yeah, there are more magical stores in here dedicated to very specific types of enchantment or clothing or gear. And there is, I mean, we do have a national park down there. We got the Scalehide Park.
Nice.
And I know there's a enchanting gardener down there who does have like different things for people who want to grow stuff at home.
Hydroponics.
Just
that's what he's got.
just be careful of any dark alleys down there. There are a few people who try to peddle their own personal wares. It's
dark alleys. You
hydroponic products.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, we've kind of, I guess, did the other dark alleys dark in the daytime? Because otherwise, I feel like we won't have much luck. Do we have to wait?
The figure of speech. Low intelligence, freaking Gaius.
He is very literary.
Yes, but very wise. Apparently.
Well, speed. Not that I could afford them, but that's what I want.
I'm sure I can buy you some.
Put it on the credit card again.
Yeah, pretty much. Just out of game. How likely am I to use that going forward?
You never know. You genuinely never know.
Because I've never actually used it. At all, whatsoever. So, I'll keep hold of it for now, I suppose, but...
Alrighty.
Why the fuck does my stuff keep untuning itself? I had to reset so much shit on my character sheet.
I think I have a twig in my bag.
That's my bad. I was like, oh, this is a nice twig. Can someone hold this one?
No, I know what it is. It's fine. Not that I actually have that spell anymore.
I've still got that mark of fates from that dream session we did.
I've got 5 of those.
I have one as well.
I've not used any yet, but they're definitely going to come in handy later on.
Yeah.
Save them for a rainy day.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got some weird stuff.
I've traded in all the shit I could trade in. I just want to get rid of my 2 movable rods, but they're just too likely to be handy, you know?
Like, I've still got my...
Right.
I bought a magic missile candle at some point. I don't remember getting that. I've still got my jar of everlasting snow, which has been so useful on the mountain.
No. I don't think
create an avalanche with it. Just pour it down. Keep on going. A draft of happiness, which I think I've had since like the first episode.
Yeah.
Which I've not used yet, but that will be funny.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm pretty streamlined at the moment.
So I mainly need stuff that's going to help me.
I've still got 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, I've got
And a
rope.
tinderbox.
I've got a grappling hook, which could be handy in the mountains. I've got 10 days worth of rations, but that's probably...
I still have my
No
wand,
idea if that
my
was-
wand of wonder, which I completely forgot I had.
Oh god, please
no!
I like that I've just completely forgot I had it. It's just like, oh, what's this? Put it back in the bag.
Second only to the deck of many things.
I think I've only used
Pain
it
in the
once.
arse
I
steaks.
think I used it once and I
I'm
always ruined.
glad Kara's not here because Danita has a deck of many things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
I miss you, Kara.
Nay.
Love you, wifey. Hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, I think I'm alright for stuff. Just need generic mountain gear probably.
Decent colour of clothing.
Well, I'll do what I can and make sure I can send you off to where the Stonehide Park is.
There you go.
Won't be too hard. That's basically right in the center. You'll be able to see the academy from there, and just head in that direction. You'll hit the main market squares in no time.
What does the academy look like if you want to stand towards it?
They're the 4 tallest towers in the entirety of the city. You ain't gonna miss them.
Okay, now I know that's the academy. We're good.
Okay.
Right. Come on. Get you guys all around to the summoning circle, the teleportation circle. Kind of shows you all into it. As you're all there, kind of standing, all 4 of you, just kind of starts moving his hands out again. And can someone roll a D100 for me?
Yes.
Do it.
My rolls have been shit tonight, so I'm going to do it. That is a 65.
Oh, that's better than 50.
Uh-oh.
Is it? We don't know.
It's like there'd be a percentage of if we make it there unscathed.
Mine would have been 49, sorry.
Percentage of limbs on arrival.
Yeah.
65% limbs still intact.
The circle activates. The shining bright light hits. After barely a second, it fades away again. You see the park you were meant to hit. As you are across a street from it. Two of you are in the streets. The other two of you are in the display window of a store. Or in the store, just like literally 2 mannequins knocked over as you suddenly appear
I am very sorry, man.
in the store. it's the 2 of you. Just like in there, it's like you see this green Dragonborn come around. It's like, what are you doing? Where the hell did you come from?
I don't know. Where are we going now? Bye.
Nalarais teleported us here before they take it up with someone. Take it up with Nalarais, but not me. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. You can't prove anything.
Who's Nalarais?
That dude out there.
Nalarais didn't come with you.
Oh, he didn't come with us.
He sent you. He didn't come with you.
Oh.
No, I'm outside.
Yeah,
Let's
Flake
go.
and Danita are out. It's like
Sorry.
you two just kind of accidentally just like, yes, here's that. Fucking
Pick up mannequin number 1. Pick up mannequin number 2. Adjust hat to joint the angle. It's
That
much
was-
better like that, you know.
That would just kind of adjust the clothes so it's not like anything revealing now. I was like, that's stop.
You see the kind of green Dragonborn just kind of look at you guys and he's like,
I used my ever so used druidcraft abilities to just make the sound of like a fox behind the shopkeeper to make him confused. Jeez it!
roll a deception check with advantage.
Oh, you off there.
Okay.
No. Actions, deception. I don't think I'm gonna be very good at these.
Skills and you.
Oh yeah. There we go. Do. Oh dear. -1.
Uh-oh.
That would be a 1. Oh no, that's advantage. So that was 3.
Oh, you better.
I rolled a 2 and a 4 with a -1.
He looks around, doesn't see anything, looks back around, is like, what are you guys trying to pull here?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We just want to go. We didn't mean to be here.
This is absolutely a completely unintended mistake.
You see him, you see
I
him
try
kind
and
of,
sneak off.
I was thinking, well, he's not noticed you or Danita because you guys are outside.
Yeah. If I shouted run, I thought
Yeah.
we might have heard that.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you not know who I am? Why would I want to steal from you?
So he doesn't know any of you, he doesn't know anything like that, and you see him kind of starting to quickly move towards the counter and start kind of reaching his hand underneath the counter. It's like not keeping his eye intent on the 2 of you. He pulls out a wand and just like, tell me what you're doing in my shop. Why you suddenly fucking appeared here? Are you gonna be regretting it rather quickly?
A friend of ours teleported us to the park. Apparently he fucked it up. And we appeared in your window.
Not intentional at all.
I told you it was an accident.
I'm sorry we fucked up your mannequins, but we tried putting them back for you.
He waves the wand over and nothing happens.
Oh, fuck you, we're leaving.
Performance
Walks out.
issues happens to one in many.
Fine, just get out of my shop.
Bye, Felicia.
Roll an arcane check.
Hey!
If you can't accept a perfectly reasonable explanation, then go fuck yourself.
That was a natural one, so
Hey!
Nope. You possibly know the wand might have been used. That shopkeepers here might be using wands like to undo magic and like counterspell any forms of magic or things like that. And he's probably most you guys are trying to figure that you guys might pull a spell on him or see if he's like.
That was an 8 pivot. Well done. On the D8.
Hey!
Max damage.
Congratulations!
Claw attack.
There's a mutant warlock,
He's a
remember?
warlock.
Eldritch
Blast. He just rolled 8.
Tabaxi Warlock. You can still do a claw attack.
Yeah.
Pippin.
Eldritch Claw.
Oh, claw!
So guys, leave the shop. Head over kind of more to the park, and it takes you a moment to kind of figure out. You can see the 4 towers of the academy peeking up off in the distance. So you head off in that direction to the main market square. Trying to forgive that little mishap happening, appearing in that shop.
That guy's a prick.
He was.
I mean, we live in a city that is literally just filled with mages and all sorts of magic users, and you don't accept the idea that someone got teleported into your shop?
What do you roll?
You can't see it, it's over there.
Someone goes.
What do you roll? What do you roll?
Can't tell. I can't see from here.
And I didn't even get the roll. I should have passed with that.
It is. Oh, it's a 3.
Aww. Pippin.
Try again next time.
Must I?
Yeah. Bless him.
In a minute. Let me gain up my strength.
Strong.
Shaking off your head. It doesn't take you over long to get from that park to the main market square in the city, and you realize that Nalarais wasn't kidding about magic stores. Every store to every other store is the enchanter this, the magical that. And this and the other.
Greg's insight. This place truly is magic.
You see the enchanted weavers. You see the magical boudoir of mystery. You see.
Magical boudoir, eh?
That's not a magic shop.
That's Tara's
That's
shop.
a whole different kind of magic.
You can make magic in there.
For the right price.
See the enchanted pastry maker and things like
Oh, that's
see
great.
all sorts.
L. Greg's. The magic pastry demon.
Magic bacon.
It's just like
Grace is our demon.
slicing off parts of itself and turning them into sausage rolls.
Yeah.
Wait, so this is a mixture between Greg's and Sweetie Todd, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need that.
The demon baker of Drycon.
Sweeney Greg.
Yeah.
You see just all of these different magical shops, all specifically doing like magic enchanted items in one particular area. You see a blacksmith's kind of open up, things going on, and you just see like people who've been working on that the Dragonborns working on it still have this learned, like innate magical and arcane sense about them as they enchant these weapons as they're forging them and things like that. And this like open forge, like an entrance to this blacksmith is huge entrance. You can see all the way in and all sides of it from where you stand. And it's just like your sense of the arcane is going off like crazy. It's like magic everywhere and things like that. And just like, whoa.
I really need some form of armour that's a little bit fire resistant,
my empty
since that
purse.
seems to be the thing I get hit with the most. I've obviously got my cold resistance due to my heritage. I need fire now. Everyone keeps fucking hitting me with fire. I'm the only one supposed to be hitting people with fire. So yeah, I need to find someone who does that.
I mean, you could do a Travis and wiring of fire resistance.
So, what particular shop are you guys after?
Well, we'll leave Cara at the brothel.
The other magic.
Boots galore.
Boots. Boot locker. Let's go. Let's go.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, Flake just trips over this little bit of cobblestone that's left out a bit too much. takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage as he kind of falls over for that bruise.
The slippers have failed me.
I've been betrayed!
Yeah, they're not really for wearing outside, you know. They're a little bit...
To be fair, that damage does get rounded down half because I take half. Bludgeoning damage.
Are you wearing your armor?
Of course I don't take it off. I can sleep in it.
Now that I know that, you're going to have to start rolling for if you sleep well or not and get a long rest if you're going to wear the armor like that.
Who gives a shit? He doesn't care.
Belskyn's trying to sell some shit that she doesn't need as well.
I already did that. And the only thing I could possibly sell is my 2 immovable rods, but I'm really loath to do that because I'm sure you can come up with some shenanigans.
On a mountain, that could be really... That you don't need pythons on a mountain when you've got immovable rods.
That's a good point. I don't need to fucking grab them.
Could you? I suppose you could tie a rope to it and then like grapple onto thin air.
Well, the real thing to do is get one of the agile people, one of the thieves, to scale up a cliff, then just drop the rope down with the other end of it attached to the immovable rod. And you guys can scale up it.
So, not me then.
Yeah.
So, where she's anything? Come shopping and it'll be like, for once, I don't know what I want.
Nice.
Spoiled for choice.
So, essentially, you guys are looking for a pawn shop at the minute then.
Yeah.
Cheap options.
Yep, second hand.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to can roll an investigation check to see if they can find one.
Don't know, I'll give it a go. I have terrible investigation. It's 16. That's a good start. Investigation plus 2. That's an 18. I found 4 of them. Now we have to choose. They're all next to each other.
You wander around the
Oxfam
square.
charity shop, Oxfam.
Yeah.
You wander around the square a couple of times, and you see this one shop, and you're like, okay, well, I'll keep an eye on that one. You see another one. See, the first one is basically like almost like a proper like cash converters kind of thing. And it's just basically the magic conversion store. Yeah. And you see another one, which is a lot more closer to what would probably be a charity shop would be, where people kind of leave donations, things like that.
Is it called Tragic Magic?
Basically.
Nice.
You kind of figure the magic converter might be the better one to go for.
Okay.
Okay. So you walk into the magic converter, and you see behind the desk is a silver Dragonborn, kind of the main kind of proprietor of this place. So you guys kind of come in, and there's no bell on the door. You just open up, and there's like this magical musical tone, like 4 very particular notes that are just pleasing to the ear.
Bing bong, bang bong.
But it's like sung by birds, kind of thing.
Enya.
Done in the Halo thing.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So this is what happens when you get a bunch of gamers playing D&D.
It could be worse. It could be done in Dragon Age themes, though.
True.
God.
That was the trash magic store.
Yeah.
He looks up and goes like, you're right there. How can I help you today, guy? Kind of weird to see. Kind of more looking at the 2 of you more than anything else.
2 ropey looking dudes.
Well, I can help you. What are you guys looking to buy, sell, trade? I could, if I have it, I can do it.
Do you have anything that'll get us a bit fucked up? Looking for some prime. You know what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, I so should have gone first.
Looking for some magic, if you know what I mean.
Roll a persuasion check.
Great, the persuasion. I have a -1.
I think that 20 says.
That's a 6. My instantly gonna get like store detectives like grab me.
We sell magically enchanted items, not things to get
magically
you fucked
enchanted items.
Yeah, actual items with enchantments on them.
Well, I'll be outside, guys. I'll just leave.
Okay.
Is your friend alright there?
Don't ask.
Fucking magic.
He's
bollocks
a
magic.
druid. You know.
Okay.
This is all you need, really.
I'm gonna go find a dark alley. See you later.
Don't go for our flank. Make sure we can find you still.
He's got a sword and staff on him.
It's not me. It's not him that I'm worried about. It's the people he comes into contact that I'm worried about. I don't provide him with the magic.
Oh, the magic.
Anyway.
Okay, so yeah. Hold on, just need to get my thoughts together again after whatever that was.
Yeah.
I had a dream a while back. It's a quite fun dream in some ways.
Yeah.
But in that dream I had some boots.
Yeah, we got some boots.
Would make me go really, really fast.
The boots are zoomies.
Yeah.
I mean,
As he says, the spring staples are just getting slowly wider.
Don't worry, he's not on the magic. He just gets very
I
excited.
mean, we've got these boots of kind of goes back and it's like starts looking through, pulls out this kind of comes out with this like little clipboard thing, starts kind of going through boots. Yeah, we got a few pair of boots here. Boots of Elvenkind.
Boots are making go zoom.
Boots of no.
Boots love take could be fun.
Boots of Speed.
Yeah.
I think my head
yeah.
feels like
That is me.
Okay.
Speed. He pulls out like this little kind of thick book and starts kind of flipping through it, and not very far into it, he's like, alright, Boots of Speed, doubles, basically just makes you run faster, just all that's gonna do, yeah? Just doubles your movement.
The ones I had before let me do like extra things.
Do you remember so you can tell him?
How do you say it gave me an extra bonus action per round in game speak?
Just do what Flint does and just say it anyway. Confuse everybody.
Unless we do extra stabbies each time we might go into battle.
I still do more stabbing more quickly, you know, as well. That was the thing. And other things do it sometimes, you know.
Extra stabby stabs.
More stabby.
Flake's got something for that. It's called meth. It's really good. You got real good knife work with it.
Stab bitch up! He's kind of listening and he's kind of flicking through around these boots. It's like, do you by any chance mean Boots of Haste? Like the haste spell casted on you where you can...
Yeah, that might be it. Yes, that haste does. Did you know the spell?
I don't know it,
Why
but
do you not know the spell? It sounds fantastic.
I'm sorry, it's not my kind of magic.
Oh, okay.
I make stuff go kaboom.
Nah, unfortunately I've only got the Boots of Elvenkind, which makes you quieter, those Boots of Levitation, which allows you to fly, and those Boots of Speed that just, you know, make you move faster. I don't have any Boots of Haste, man. It's kind of what I can get. It's what I can get in more than anything else. It's
Do you know anyone that might?
there's a, I think down the road in the corner, one of the corner stores, there's a leather worker who might who dabbles in boot making and things like that. Who
how much are the Boots of Speed, just of interest in case we do not have any luck? Because honestly, if I remember rightly, the Boots of Haste will be much harder to hit as well, which is something you are looking for. So an option for you is we can get 2 pairs, but I think the easier other.
I mean, I got the money for it.
Well, we don't know. They sound very powerful.
80,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Oh. But this is a cash converter, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Let me just go
You get it
down
on
and tap
buyback.
into my bank. Family bank, sorted. All right, put up the credit card. My family will pay for it. Like some rich sport brat.
I think standard, like most other places, would probably charge 1,000 gold or something for that. And I'm not. I mean, these are secondhand, so probably closer to 500 gold for them.
Cool. We'll keep that in mind when you go and have a look at the other place. Thank you very much for your time.
Yep. Anything else?
Well, those boots actually do sound pretty cool. But
They only will give you the bonus to the armor plus we actually activate them as a max of 10 rounds a day. So something like a pair of braces of defense or ring of protection would be better for you.
yeah,
So that's constant bonus to your AC.
Ring of protection, definitely, because that's not really very in your face.
Well, you wear voluminous sleeves, don't you?
Not anymore. I changed it.
Alright, okay.
Shit,
The braces would stand out then. Yeah.
Hang on. Have you seen New Bell?
No.
Give me a sec. I mean, she does have some form of a sleeve, but they're not as bad as they were before.
Right.
It's practical now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spring's attire is slightly changing over time. He's getting less flamboyant in his dress and getting more
That's
and more
what Belle's
passionate.
kind of
Flick's doing
like.
the opposite.
Yeah.
He's getting more and more flamboyant.
He's losing some of the fucking highwayman elements to himself.
No, he thinks he looks really good, but he doesn't.
Right.
He just puts on clothes that he thinks is fancy. Which is why he's got like full armor and like sparkly shoes.
Ah, cool.
So obviously, it doesn't have the voluptuous dress. It's
Yeah.
now a bit more easily movable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, I could wear the braces, but they look a bit weird.
Well, it depends if they look like full braces or if they look like bracelets.
Put them on your ankles. Do you have to wear them on your ankles? Damn it.
But
Damn
they're
it,
saying that
rules.
Belle does wear rings, so she can kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely ring of protection.
Awesome.
Yeah. You got any rings of protection behind there?
Give me a ring of pretension.
Pretension.
I would be more pretentious. Give me a ring that will make me even more pretentious than I already am, please.
No, I just need you. That.
That's it. It's like a black hole would just open up if he did that one. Yeah, use it first. So much pretension.
That's just.
There should be a skill in this game, shouldn't there?
Pretension.
Pretentious chair.
I'm a pretentious as a prick, so
Yeah.
bow down to me.
Suddenly start to hear rain outside.
Uh-oh.
Love
Well,
it.
that's it. We're not leaving here today. Mind the camera.
Camera!
That Spring just easing himself out of the store, like, quietly, and then just standing in the rain.
You just hear him kind of.
I guess
No,
we're
these
leaving
notes.
tomorrow now, guys. Never mind.
Alright, rings. Just-
What's actually in that?
It's a skull.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Easy to see on there.
A little bit lost. Oh,
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Rings.
It's about putting things in his hand.
He's just watching the drop sitting.
Skull and flake. They're flake dice, aren't they? Muffin
Right.
skulls.
Got a ring of evasion, a ring of free action, ring of jumping. Here it is. Ring of protection. You wanted, yes?
Yeah.
Protection. I'll run the same as those boots, about 500 gold pieces for that.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Alright, give me a sec.
Comes out of your infinite money fund.
Yes.
Comes back and
It's
places
fun.
this little box in front of that just says ROP on the front of it.
Fair enough.
Wait. Spring's rather soggy head pokes back in around the door frame. There's something else that's been on my mind for a while.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
People
Umbrella.
keep on fucking with my mind. I don't like it. It's annoying as fuck.
And he reaches behind and gets out of some tin foil and puts it on your head. The finest we've
It's
got.
like little tinfoil caplets for the tips of his ears.
Keeps out the voices.
There you are. The antennas to your mind have been protected now.
Is that what's going to happen to you eventually? You're just going to lose it and just become that guy.
Well, let's see.
For a bit-
Actually, we also got this ring of mind shielding, which stops. I mean,
It sounds almost exactly what you want.
Yeah.
It's like a Faraday cage for your brain.
Just trapped in there with himself and nothing else.
At least everyone else is not suffering, so.
Alright, the ring will basically kind of pulls over his bigger book, starts flipping through it. Alright, ring. Basically make it so other people can't read your thoughts or determine when you're lying. They don't kind of know what you are. You can make the ring disappear on your finger so people don't know you're wearing it.
The price tag.
Yeah. Wonderful warning label here. If you die while wearing this ring, your soul enters it unless it already houses a soul. I should have checked that before I bought it. You can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife as long as your soul is in the ring. You can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it. A wearer can't prevent this telepathic communication.
Oh God. It's like having a
I
kid in a ring.
don't actually know if there's a soul in that ring or not.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll just basically stop people reading your mind.
Except the voiceless in the ring. If it comes with one.
Not quite
Ow.
what I was looking for. I don't know if anyone's ever wanted to read my mind, but there's normally a lot of useful stuff going on in there anyway.
Especially when it's raining.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And distracted, gone back to the ring.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
We'll fix you one day.
Anything else I can do, y'all?
No, you got that for now.
Yeah. Slides the ring with protection
I'm
forward.
out outside with the rain.
Yeah.
Jenny's just like, anything else I need at the minute?
Danny's just not trying to buy more magical daggers, as she will.
No.
Don't know what she. I'm not gonna make.
No,
a
not because
decision
of
for her
her,
when
she's
she's
not
not
here.
here.
Just take 500 gold from her inventory and just put dagger.
Stuff.
Dagger question mark.
Yeah, I'm sure I can think of some stuff for her, but I don't want to make that decision.
No.
either.
No.
Okay, let's try the leather worker.
Yes.
Yes, if I'm gonna go for the ring protection, so now we're ring of protection,
Well,
which gives you a +1 to AC and saving throws.
Fuck yeah.
Very handy little ones.
How long would it take me to attune to that?
About an hour,
Cool.
so a short rest.
Do that when we get back. You get that. What were they?
he's sending Morse code.
Yeah, what message are you trying to send to me?
None.
I always feel the Boots of Haste are not in here.
Now.
They're annoying, but
Damn
because
you.
it was a homebrew item for them. But it's not hard to homebrew some of that. I think I've already got something like that homebrewed up on there anyways.
Yeah, because I think I used to have it on my character sheet for a move. Yeah.
So you go down in the rain, so hood's all up. You kind of come out and you've gone off somewhere, haven't you, Flake?
Oh, I went down the dark alleyway.
Yeah. You went
Just looking for supplies, man.
make
You might not be very
trouble
smart,
growing.
but he's very street smart. He
make,
knows
an,
who to talk to.
make an investigation check.
Oh God, this will be my next win.
Are you having trouble growing stuff, dear?
Oh no. If I'm in a huge magical city, I just assume that the drug dealers are really magical too. So you get some extra prime stuff.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
The special push.
Investigation, that's a 12.
It's a 12.
Just come back with a bag of hash. Oh.
Oregano.
Secretly just went to a magic shop and just bought like all the
Talcum
spices.
So you head kind of a little long ways. You find this little alleyway that kind of looks dark enough, and especially as the rain clouds start to kind of come over before it starts pouring it down. You head down that kind of little dark alleyway, just kind of in a very curious kind of mode, looking around. And you do see, while this is a magical city, things like you do see kind of the odd kind of people, just like Dragonborn or others who like may have been like ejected out of the academy, just kind of the cardboard box living homeless. Till eventually you just kind of see this.
On it.
You see this like
Lifting my
young.
up.
That was a mushroom cat.
No, it's a Moss there.
Moss,
He's
yeah.
He's
Moss
Goliath
yeah.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
It's more saffron.
Yeah.
So you get most of the way through this alleyway, and you kind of see the other end of it, and you're kind of like, oh, damn it. Till you kind of see this one black Dragonborn, looks kind of youngish, about 20 or some, young 20s or something. Just kind of lean up. Almost kind of more or less. He's been kind of very kind of street kind of clothes and this, that, and the other, very comfortable. He's kind of leaning up against the thing, kind of hood up of his cloak up. You can just see his kind of black snout and two horns poking out front. You can see like a very makeshift rolled up cigarette that he's kind of smoking out from underneath. Kind of hands in whatever pockets, leaning up against it. And he's just like,
Man walks into my alley. What does man want?
looks over at you, and you're kind of just like looking around, just like
Told to be a matter.
they're kind of like pokes his head out the other way, just like walks over, kind of leans up against the wall near you, kind of keeping his eye on the end of the alleyway.
Why do you
It's
get any
like,
Goliaths coming through this neighbourhood? not half
Wait,
cleric,
what?
half druid.
you'd be lost or looking for
This is where Flyco
Looking to
something.
trade my wares.
This is where Flyco was up with the line. I'm not with the watch. Honest.
Fine.
No, I'm looking to make a trade.
what kind of trade are you looking for?
I get out some of my mushrooms. I'll tell you what, this shit will do things to you. It'll make you think you're an animal. Quite literally.
Fuck.
Just trying to get some good ingredients for whatever happens next.
Try and get some fucking.
Don't care. Alchemy is alchemy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Hey, I'm trying to make some potions of speed, alright? Potions of speed. Potions of methamphetamine.
There we go.
It's all good.
Oh fucking dear!
In a world with no like laws on drugs or anything, it's fine. I experiment with these chemicals all the time.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to get supplies because every city I seem to go to is all illegal for some reason. I have no idea why. So I have to deal with these people in back alleys.
It's all illegal. No, you just need a prescription.
Yeah. We'll get some Adderall for the
Licensed
future.
growers only.
Oh,
Fucking
I
flake
find the
needs
fucking
that
thing
roll.
I needed for that.
Hyperfocus.
Yeah. So, what exactly are you looking for to trade with that then?
See, these will like turn you into an animal. I want something that makes me feel like an animal. You know?
It kind of reaches.
One exchange for another. You know? Catch
Kind
my
of looks
drift?
down and reaches into one of his pouches at the side.
Do you have any friends you don't like at the minute? I could just sort of like give them a sample. I'm not bullshitting you, man. This is good shit.
He pulls out this little kind of smaller pouch,
Little
about,
baggie.
like that big. Well, it's a little bit of this and something like this. Definitely feel kind of like a bear or like
Good.
something really big and burly.
Sounds exactly what I want. Yeah. I need that. I've got to
Taking
climb
up-
some mountains.
Taking off, who knows? You might get some other effects. I heard one guy
Death.
I heard one guy who was able to breathe fire for a little bit. That was interesting.
Okay, I like this.
Pretty
Okay,
sure that was
I'll
you
take
for one
it.
point.
He hands you, takes the mushrooms,
Oh,
like
the ring, didn't you?
Careful, don't eat that.
Yeah.
I'd let someone else try it first.
pulls out another pouch, puts it in another pouch, and ties the pouch around his belt loop. Pleasure doing business with you. He just kind of walks away, heads out the alley, and just like gone.
And I just emerge back out of the alleyway, all smiling, with a bag of, I'm assuming it's just crack. But he doesn't know this yet. What have I bought? I don't know. I guess I'll find out later when we chug it.
when you chug it.
You chug it.
You open it up, and it's definitely something herbal. It's all ground up quite nicely, and you can tell there's something else
Cannabis.
mixed in with there. It's not just that. There's some kind of You're not sure. Make an arcane check.
Oh, sure.
Holy shit.
Could it not be an alchemy check? Because that's kind of like my jam.
Yeah, okay, we'll make an alchemy.
Because I got
No, don't let him.
because I got like a plus 13 to alchemy.
Jeez.
What
Yeah,
did you do?
That's a 26.
26. Yeah, you can definitely tell they've grounded some form of arcane kind of thing. You know, in alchemy, there's like certain stones you can get gemstones and like residuum. If you ground it up to a certain point, you can make. There's a lot more magical qualities in alchemy with it. You've heard of, but you've not known personally that people who do mix it and do it in a drug form. There are several different versions of this kind of drug and several different ways this drug can be taken, used, and experienced. Because it is an arcane effect, it has been known to give the users occasional actual limited use of magic spells or even other, and in cases he's talking about like someone who said they breathe fire. Sounds like they may have gotten hold of some draconic, draconic of this stuff and kind of ground it down, residuum, and ground it down, and they're able to actually breathe the dragon's breath weapon.
Nice. So I don't know what this one is until I take it.
Basically.
Cool. Some
Just like your mushrooms on.
some draconic chronic is what it is. Do well. Okay, this could be fun. Okay.
Yeah, please don't test it on us.
And just out of character, this is completely illegal, right? 100% illegal.
As far as you know.
Oh, I've no. Flake does not care.
Flake.
But I just want to be interested just to see if it's because he's selling it in the back alley that it's entirely legal, or
It's not just that you can't afford premises, it's that, you know.
It's, I mean, you've been given the impression that it's not something considered illegal.
it's frowned upon. Okay. Well, I put that in my pocket and strolled back out the alleyway.
Yep, so you can put in your pocket 25 grams of,
Mystery.
unfortunately, friggin' my iPhone has been an idiot and deleted my friggin' notes on this particular thing, because I actually had something written out for this.
Oh,
It's
no,
like, fuck you! We're gonna one of which all the
well,
fucking
we'll
cool
worry
names
about
came
that
from.
later. I probably won't be chugging it today, so.
I think I call it Paraqueen or something like that.
Ooh.
I can't remember exactly
Paraqueef.
what I call it. Paraqueef. That's it. 25 grams of Paraqueef.
Excellent. Excellent. Keep that in my stash till later. I've just got to play my character.
Yep.
The man has doesn't have much he's into,
Well, he's into it.
but he's into it. He's into it.
Yep.
Okay.
To the leatherwork.
So you guys head off, and you kind of come out back out of the alleyway just as you see Spring, Lisabel, and Danita kind of walking up. Lisabel kind of eyeing this new ring she just kind of bought as well. And you just kind of bump into them as you're just kind of tying this little pouch up, and you're like, oh, hey, guys.
Hi, Flake.
Hey,
So-
how you doing?
Did you
Good.
find what you needed?
I'll know later
Okay.
when I. Never mind. Shall we? Mountains? Oh no. Where are you guys going? Who are
To
you?
go get speedy
Le-
boots.
Yeah, hopefully the leather workers. And we still need to buy some warm clothing.
Okay. Do that.
Let's go.
So you guys head into the leatherwork store, and just as you kind of expect, there's cloaks, there's leather, beautiful leather armor, studded armor, things like that. There are boots, there are like waistcoats and everything as well, hats, any kind of a clothing item, and even some non-clothing like scabbards, things like that. There is
That one's a waistcoat.
leather.
Everything's
there.
leather.
Yeah.
World of leather.
It's like if you ever been to the leather store in Norwich.
Oh yeah.
It's basically that. But maybe you walk in and you just get the immediate sense of the arcane that's kind of just emanating
fingers.
off all of this.
Tingly fingers of the arcane.
First standing on him.
Sorry, that was Flake fell over in the puddle. But gets back up again. Whoa, fucking hell! What was in there? Whoa.
So yeah, let's have a quick look around. See if there's any nice things that we can potentially buy at the same time. Are we good, dear?
I don't know what any of this is.
You do see kind of where the counter is a nice little glass display of like a few different things. So you see like different leather gloves at the top. In the middle, you see different rows of belts. Some of them very snake-like in appearance. Others very well designed, with like different holsters attached into them. At the bottom, you see a good row of boots.
Arseless chaps, just everywhere.
No one needs that.
I don't know, I just feel like arseless chaps probably not ideal mountain wear.
Nah,
Probably a bit chilly.
Yeah. Even with
Don't
opposing
need
pouch.
frostbite.
Even with opposing pouch, it's not going to work.
No.
Unless it's opposing pouch of warmth.
It could be. They might have that here.
It might have, yeah. I want to stop things shrinking.
Anyway.
The cod piece of comfort, yes. That's what we need. Very nice. Plus free item, this one.
Yeah. Plus 3 what?
Oh, you have to find out.
Chaps.
Hello.
That's not.
Oh, the shopkeeper's not talking to me.
Right, sorry.
Hello. Sorry.
You kind of walk in and you see a bronze Dragonborn. This one. They come very chipper, even though it's kind of raining and like kind of walking in, people's kind of depressed. The rain. He's like, "What's? Oh well, hello. And how can I help you?" He's like very leather waistcoat, leather shirt, leather trousers, leather boots. This man is basically wearing his stock and he's showing how comfortable it looks.
1/5 of the village people.
Two tape measures around his neck.
Also made of leather.
Around his neck. You can see he's one of the Dragonborn you've seen. He doesn't actually have a tail.
He's nummy, but.
Kind of signing up. He kind of comes out. Hello. And how can I help some wonderful new customers that just walked in my store? How can I help you all?
I'm scared.
I am so happy to meet somebody who's actually in a good mood today and so enthusiastic. You're looking marvelous too.
Yeah, and you can hear the kind of leather rubbing against leather kind of sound that comes. Just like
Reek.
well, sometimes
Someone needs to know about talc and powder.
no, it's just the leather against
Right,
leather,
okay,
not
okay.
actually against the skin.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
I'm looking for a specific item.
Yes. Well, I mean, if it's not on display or not made, I could quite easily make it up for you, and without a problem.
I don't know. I think I have no idea how to recognize what they would look like, but boots of haste.
Boots of haste. Kind of turns around.
Yeah,
Kind of does a little bit of flourish, turn around, and hands kind of just up in the air like that.
Oh, he's so gay.
Boots of haste.
Darling, I can make him up for you in 2 seconds.
Yes, there. So he kind of goes around the counter, opens up the kind of back of it, pulls out these kind of boots. Very beautifully kind of designed. Honestly, something he's quite proud of as well.
Very feminine.
Enchanted and everything kind of about them. And it's like, yep, these boots are boots of haste. They'll give you a bit of extra speed. They'll make you a bit more dodgy when any fighting happens. And I mean, if you get into fighting, I can see the swords and weapons and all, and his armor and everything. So you guys might get in a fight or two, and it makes you a little bit quicker at you and your swords stabbing people and things like that. Yeah, boots of haste. These will run roughly off the market retail. And since you're so kind of nice and everything coming, I can go for about 750 gold.
Do you have this?
Yes.
Can I have them?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right. So, item done. Anything else I can do you wonderful chaps for?
Thank you very
I
much.
forgot what I want now. Hang on, let me just sort that.
Were you looking for more protective items?
Resistant this time. Fire resistant.
Should Blake get a leather waistcoat, should he?
I love the plate mail, mushrooms and moss.
Why not?
But if you could do a leather waistcoat
thinks
for
it's
battle
fancy.
in a fight.
I'm
resistant,
sorry, but
then-
if he's going to go for anything because of Flake's lack of taste, it'll be the assless chap.
It will be as well.
Well, I don't
Over
know.
the plate mail sabatons
Yeah.
and greaves.
But he's by,
Oh,
he's
yeah!
by human size, and also like come up to his ankles. Arseless
So
ankles.
it's basically like a fucking set of blacksmith's chaps are just covering the thighs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
He's a man of distinct taste.
You're a man of something. I don't know about distinct taste.
Distinctive taste. Unique, we'll call it.
Yeah, unique's one word.
Yeah, fire resistance, please.
Right, fire resistance. So that's not that hard of an enchantment to do. Anything in particular? I mean, you could do a corset with fire resistance on it. You could do
Done.
corset. Yep. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Give me you don't mind just standing in the middle there and just arms out for a second, do you?
Sure. Bell goes into the
Yep. Takes off one of those tape measures, kind of wraps it around your waist, just around your waist, just above your kind of waist. Is like, okay, yep. Lifts up a little bit, kind of gets just on around the midriff area there, right, and then at this point, like, right, apologies, I do have to.
It's fine.
Alright, and it pulls around. And I'm sure I know I got a measuring friend. If she ever sees this, will fucking kick my ass about that. I've probably done that exactly wrong, but.
No, did that pretty right.
Right, okay, right. Go right. Got the measurements I need. Give me 5 minutes. And it scurries off around the back. Before he kind of does, he places this little like it's like an mini automaton, like a little tiny robot or something. Places it just on the counter. And kind of, it's like a little box, and the front of it just kind of lifts up, and you just see this like little mirror inside of it that's just slowly going back and forth, kind of thing, as he just heads off into the back. Here, after about a minute, you hear, any particular color?
Green.
Alright.
Gotta go with my heritage. Everyone else is fucking green.
You just hear like a few different kind of things going on. This movement of clothes, this, that, and the other, and then you just hear the kind of the essence of magic being weaved. After about 3-4 minutes later, comes out beautiful kind of near pale but emerald green corset matching your dress.
Oh, that's pretty.
Man, he's good.
Black laces with a hint of red going through all the laces and everything as well. And you can see slight, you don't notice it straight away, you have to kind of really look closely, and you see the slight hint of red embroidery around all the seams and everything.
Nice.
That have a slight, that when you
I'm
look at it,
fucking impressed.
that when you look at it kind of closely enough, you can see the slight arcane glint and glitter of magic kind of flowing through it that's giving the fire resistance property.
It's like you secretly got a Chinese sweatshop back.
Oh no. Shut up, kids.
So faster!
Right. Yep, and that is one corset of fire resistance. We'll give you a nice resistance against the fire in case, I don't know, you come across something that has a lot of fiery weapons, or I don't know.
How about a dragon?
Red dragons haven't been around for near over 1,000 years.
They have not been watching the skies recently.
Or the news.
I CNN, can't trust
You just can't. It's all about Fox. You can trust that.
And welcome back to Fox News. Don't worry, the dragons are our friends.
But in this
And
reality,
yes.
Fox News is just literally a fox.
Yeah.
Reads the news.
Fox folk just standing there explaining how the dragon won and why it won and why it did so well at winning and why it was really good at winning and why everyone else says it's wrong and how he didn't get banished, he just got sent away for a little bit. He personally went away to work on himself. He knows
He actually
better.
chose to go away, didn't get banished at all.
No.
Yeah.
So how much does that set me back then?
Well, the corset itself isn't going to be that much. It's only going to be about 5-6 gold for the corset itself.
That's quality of work, wow.
It's more paying for the enchantment on that, which very basic enchantment, not as much. I only charge 150 for that, so we'll call it. Yeah, we'll just call it 150.
Nice.
Very incredibly basic enchantment.
Wow.
You do your boots, I got my corset, we're all good.
Cool. Got my druids. Let's go.
Now, what the fuck would I put that?
Wait, what?
Don't worry about him.
Don't worry, I'm a druid.
And
Just ignore him.
kind of closes the lid on this little robotic box and puts it back under.
it's much easier to ignore him when he's saying things that don't quite make sense, you know?
Okay, get with that.
Okay, we need to go find someone that has, basic provisioning supplies and that sort of thing.
Let's go.
So, basic fucking food supplies for some extra
So
days.
put it as that.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Have this shit. Lovely.
And some cold weather clothing.
Got a little bit nippy there.
Some of
like,
them being
ooh,
armor, which is
sweat.
just going to conduct to the cold.
And I'm, but I like the cold.
I
I'm
did
pretty sure that was one of my character traits, wasn't it?
Goliaths tend to have. Yeah.
I think it's in my druid thing, wasn't it? There's new features in that. Literally. I can't remember.
Here we go. Sorted.
Excuse me.
We're good now.
There you go, yeah. Mountain Born, there you go. Don't suffer penalties for being high altitude and a resistance to cold damage. Wow. So, I'm going home!
Aren't you made to be resistant to cold or something as well? So it's just me and Danny. Go and find a fucking clothes shop then.
Because I've obviously got Silver Dragon.
Yeah.
Not too kind of hard. I mean, you did just leave the leather store, but that's not more for cold fucking weather kind of stuff. Now, you look around, and there's a fair few different ones you can kind of choose from. Some you kind of get the more sense that they're just general kind of
Primark.
clothing stores. Yeah, kind of your
Yeah.
Primark,
Yeah.
your Primarks, TK Maxx, and
Looking for go
frickin-
outdoors, trek, that sort of thing.
Yep. You do eventually kind of come one that is a lot more, that's labeled more under the Mountaineer's Paradise kind of thing.
Nearest
I think we do
It's
it.
like outdoors then.
So, you go in and you kind of see there's about 2 or 3 Dragonborn workers. They're kind of all. Some of them are serving like kind of other customers who are like wanting to go out and like camping and things like that. And this is a good place to get camping gear as well. This, that, and the other. And you see one in there, like white Dragonborn, kind of walks up to you guys. Female, it's like, you guys need any help?
Myself and my small friend here are going to be going on an expedition to the mountains, and neither of us do well with cold. I would like to not go down the road of a cloak, because I have a cloak. But if you have anything like a long coat,
Yeah,
nice
we got
and
long
warm
coats and made for all sizes, of course. I mean,
splendid.
anything else in particular you might be needing?
Oh, I think if the coat is long enough, it should keep me warm. A scarf. I would love a scarf.
We haven't got scarves, but we've got cravats. Very nice.
It's like a fancy
made of
outdoor
fleece.
shop.
A fleece cravat.
It's not fucking Fred.
I'm
Thinking
thinking,
more Austin Powers.
I'm thinking some sort of wide-brimmed hat. You know, to keep off the snow and the rain.
We've got one that like dampens the sound of rain. I find that'd be very useful.
She kind of takes you over to like all these different long coats. You try a few on, so you find one that's got like the right thickness of kind of fur to it, keep you warm. Dan need to find one eventually. You find this kind of nice scarf, very well knitted scarf as well. It seems like most of the stuff is very well handmade, and you do find a hat, not overly wide a brim, but enough of a brim to stave off any elements of that kind of nature.
And does it have a chin strap?
You want a fucking Mountie hat.
Yeah. Otherwise, basically, the fucking thing's going to blow off for a start. And also, yes.
It's like, it doesn't have a chin strap, but we can Fix this chin strap if you want.
That'll be good. Yes, thank you.
Just kind of takes
I
the
wish
hat.
modern day clothes stores had those options. So I really like this hat, but could you get one of your guys to put a chin strap on it for me?
Fuck off. What are you talking about?
Whatever, bruv. Whatever.
Yeah,
Get out of my
the
shit.
chin strap. What are you going fucking up a mountain?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
fair,
yeah.
I mean, it would be funny if it was on like a baseball cap. It'd be a good look.
Anyway, so you say it's about puts like a little chin strap around. You kind of test it and just kind of see. It's like, yeah, that'll work.
Cool.
All right, so that together, and it's just like one of the very few non-magical kind of shops.
Yeah, I would like
As well.
if the long coat could be fur lined, but still just look like a standard, like coach jacket over the top.
Yeah, all that together. I will run all together about 56 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah, here you go. Thank you very much. I'm done. I'm looking to get provisions from somewhere. We'll be fine. Thank you very much for your time and help and your
It's no
craftsmanship.
problem at all. Hope you guys all have a good day.
We shall have a very good day. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm ready.
And we just go and buy some fucking food, provisions.
Nearest petrol station. Just stop
Yeah,
up.
there's a bunch of ginsters.
It's a very wet mountain we're going to be climbing.
Suddenly, the city plunges beneath the waves without new Atlantis. Plot twist. Right.
We were in Stargate. What's going on?
Okay then.
Seconds.
That sounds more snowy.
Let's go and find someone to get us the Wyvern taxi. Griffin taxi.
Take us up the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So after doing all that, provisions aren't that hard to kind of find. There's enough general stores. You can get provisions, like 4 gold pieces at most. Get enough provisions to last a few weeks at least.
I'm paying, am I?
Oh, very well.
So you guys ask around a little bit. It's like we'll talk about like wyvern tests. It's like and they all kind of point you to like several different edges of the city. And eventually, after you say to one's like, "Well, we're looking ahead to the mountains," like, "All right, well, so you want to go fucking west, don't you? Fucking people send you off northeast, south, fucking fucking west. Yeah, just head off in that direction in a little ways. You'll see, get towards the edge. You'll see several bunch of cable cars, some floating discs. There is a wyvern taxi in that side. Very, very friendly gentleman, and shouldn't be that much. I don't think you charge that much. Get you out to one of the outlying cities next to the mountain. No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Very nice.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's go.
Let us fly.
Yeah.
Off we go.
See what you did. Oh no, I actually got to do that.
So you head off to that side of the city. That's right. You can see a bunch of. You can see a lot more. You see how high up the city is. The city is quite high up, but it doesn't hit the cloud level, so you can see miles off, and you can see the far end mountain ranges to the west. The beautiful sight that it is, even in the rain and thunderstorm going on around the city at the minute. It is beautiful, gorgeous view. You can see more to the north where the mountains go into the hills, and you can then see this tip of the northeast jungle. That's is up in the northwest of this continent. You go down, you can see it down to the beaches, the shores. You can see a couple of harbor towns and cities down there as well that lead to the southern areas for sailors to kind of come in. You can see several ships going in. You only see that half of the continent. You won't even begin to describe what the other half is as well, and the beauty that has as well. This is the home continent, not just the home city, the home continent of the Dragonborn. You see several different villages being made, and just like what you assume are all Dragonborn-based societies as well. You kind of look around, you see this golden Dragonborn kind of wrangling about a dozen wyverns, all well-trained, all kind of patiently waiting, looking out over the edge. Some of them are eating, some of them are kind of napping as well. Is over you? Yep.
Hello there. Good afternoon.
Hello. How can I help you?
We'd like to head west to a city near the mountains.
Mountain City. Heading west, are you? Right, closest, there's a small little town. what is it? The Fielded Shire. Yeah, that's the one. Out down that way. Closest point to the mountain west there. Literally on the doorstep of the mountains.
Sounds good. Sounds closer than here.
Definitely a lot closer than here. It's about an hour and a half ride by a wyvern down that way, give or take. Not really long. These boys are fast. Faster than some of the normal wild wyverns, anyways.
Oh, I didn't hear.
And then by
I must admire your hospitality, sir.
How many wyverns do you need?
Well, there's 4 of us traveling, and we need 4 wyverns. Come on, the combination of accents there was pretty fucking good.
Why, thank you.
And then there's just Belle talking normally.
Wait, are you from Louisiana this whole time?
That Galley, I
I'm a Louisiana princess.
For you,
I'm from Alabama.
I'll make a suggestion, and not to sound harsh, but the halfling unfortunately might not be able to go ride one on her own. Nothing to do with like anything. She was just gonna fall off.
That's okay, they're married, they can go together.
That's my wife.
So 3 wyverns. I'll travel out, and he kind of looks out when I pulls out.
He's like, and the 1 big one, and the 7-seater.
He kind of looks out.
In the wyvern galaxy.
Yeah. He looks out kind of out towards the west and kind of pulls out little kind of eyeglass telescope and looks out. It's like that'll be about 50 gold per wyvern.
Okay.
Hey, look at Belle.
Do you want to go halves?
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
You've got my money. It's fine.
Yeah. There you go.
It's like an appointee ship.
It's like, Mom, can I go on the ride out on the circus? No. But Mom! I am the fucking mum of the group.
You're the rich bitch of the group, that's all it is.
Alright then.
Spring's fucking brassic.
Yeah.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, who's all ridden wyvern before?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's...
Well, not too
Is there
difficult.
an informative pamphlet?
They're not too difficult to ride. If you've ridden a horse before, you can ride a wyvern without too much difficulty.
Yeah,
Same principles, just no kind of up and down bobbing like you do on a horse. Kind of thing. It's just more.
So I've rode a Pegasus. Does that count?
That's kind of close enough. And then
Yeah,
Pegasus
right.
and horse. This is probably closer to like riding a wolf
Oh no.
kind of thing. It's kind of more kind of this kind of feel of it between you and anything else. You pick it up quick enough.
I don't wanna know what I review of films.
Pegasus. I don't know about
Hold on to the reins. It
Hand
knows where
me
it's
inside
going.
the ride all the time.
Okay.
Hold on to the reins. If you're gonna move, try to move with the rhythm of the up and down motion of the wings. It'll be fine. And it knows where it's going.
Okay.
Alright? You all good? And he kind of slaps the first wyvern, which you and Belle, you and Danita are on, and it goes, and the other 2 wyverns without kind of mark leap and then take off, and all 3 wyverns are now making a sail. All of you need to make an animal handling check.
Oh shit.
Spring, you have disadvantage.
Shite. Oh, shite.
So the straight roll.
10.
10.
17.
17.
Alright.
Oh,
I have
okay.
further fall.
I got 25.
True.
You should do,
We're just having a general conversation as we go.
Mine was just literally straight roll. Mine's plus 0 to
I'm teaching this wyvern how to play backgammon as we go.
So, Flake absolutely fine. Flake, even if anything, Flake then just takes the freaking lead.
Oh, just takes it now.
And the other 2 are the other 2 are now kind of more following the guidelines of it. You and Danita aren't doing too bad. Kind of both of you are kind of.
Mine's a case of I'm having to try and hold my wife and control the thing.
Well, I mean, she got like a good kind of grip on like some of the range straps for the reins and everything around, not to fall off. And you guys kind of, between the two of you, are making it work.
But I haven't between
I've physically ridden horses and ponies before. I know what it's like. I know the kind of whole jostling and the freaking shit.
Can't find the rhythm, right?
And while it's more the rhythm of the wings more than the physical body itself, so you're trying to more move the body instead of like some of the horse where you're trying to move with the legs and everything. You kind of get this few moments. It's rocky as hell, and you are kind of slowly falling a little bit behind. First half hour or so kind of passes. Spring's about a minute or so behind you guys, but still, his best to keep pace. Another animal handling check.
We
We moved on to poker now. We've got border back in.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, you can now do it with the straight.
10 again.
Fucking hell.
Mine was 10 this time.
Fucking
Oh.
rolls are just dog shit.
That's because I've got my wife between my thighs.
I'm not concentrating.
No.
That's 18.
18, yep. Flake still kind of managing it. This is all kind of based off your kind of previous rolls, so like you guys, you're starting to flag a little bit. The rhythm between you and Dundee just kind of gone off a little bit as, again, you kind of more concentration. You find your mind concentrating on other things as well with the kind of rhythm of it's going.
What?
Spring, you're still just like you're still you're struggling to find that right rhythm, and
But if this is about the rhythm, why can't I get it? What is this, 7, 8? 13, 12?
and you see Elisabeth and Dundee to kind of slow down. You kind of catch up with them, but Flake is just
Slave
kind of going off right ahead. I mean, you don't have to worry about
You found
guiding.
the afterburner switch.
I pressed the little red
The
button.
kind of good part is you don't have to really guide them. They know where they're going.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's more about you staying on, and making sure that they're not.
Yeah.
That's not uncomfortable for you, right? So the last half hour of it, last animal handling check.
I'm trying to teach the wyvern how to speak common now.
14.
11.
Oh my God.
My best roll
One
yet.
more. I'm gonna roll a 1 now, which is we have an argument in common. No,
That's not how you conjugate.
that's 24.
Don't have an argument anyway. Where's
Yeah.
the argument?
So the argument starts.
It's not an argument, it's a debate.
You eventually get to the point of like, right, okay, I'm gonna do animal speak. You start speaking
Yeah,
with
yeah, I can do
wyvern,
that, yeah.
and you're like, and you somehow argue with the wyvern, like, let's do a flip, let's do a barrel roll, and everyone's like, no, let's stick to the course. It's like, no. And eventually he does it, and eventually you see Flake doing barrel roll after barrel, forward flips, forward doing
shut
all stuff, as still flying.
How's the rain?
You, two of you are still doing
Let's
alright.
start firing sacred flame out the back.
You actually do that.
Sure, what's a cantrip? I can do it all day.
You see Flake kind of rise up and sacred flame, and it just
I'm inventing jet travel.
flies even further ahead.
Hi.
Both your wyverns kind of speed up a little bit. You kind of start getting a bit
Can't
more
do
used.
much, alright?
You eventually find the right point of the rhythm, but it's still kind of slow going. So, I mean, you get there in like the allotted like hour and a half that was going to take. The two of you arrive about 4 or 5 minutes later. The three of you arrive 4 or 5 minutes later. Just
Taxi's
after-
late.
Get off of it. And you're just like, and like Spring, you're like, you've never been so happy to be on solid ground.
Oh, my back. What the hell? Aye. Oh.
Do you reckon we can beat him out for his back?
As soon as
Never
you all get off the wyverns kind of almost kind of bow in a
Thank
kind of
you.
sense.
I high five.
Yours high fives you as they turn around and fly back off, and you can now see from the ground level above the floating city of itself, all the cables and everything coming down. And it's another beautiful sight, and it's like the bottom of it looks like the underside of a crystal kind of thing. It looks like underhanging. There's not dirt, there's not ground or anything. It's genuinely like a giant crystal, and you can see the arcane pulse of it glowing.
Ooh la la, fancy.
Shiny.
Yeah, I mean, the view is really cool, but
You gotta get up there.
there's easier ways. There's easier ways.
Cable car next time, yeah. We walk the rest.
You need to buy a magic carpet.
Oh, expensive.
No, not buying a magic car.
Remortgage the castle. Buy a magic carpet.
Castle?
Your castle.
No, I just remortgaged the estate. The castle's not actually mine.
Soon.
My brothers, why are you going to kill the rest of my family?
Let's not accuse anyone of anything yet.
No.
I think the dragon will happily do that for us.
As you guys kind of get down, and it's like out of it, and you're out of the rain and thunderstorm
Oh,
now.
finally.
Sorry, I was just trying
I'm
to
going to
find.
shake like a cat now.
Donald Duck.
Little shake at the end.
Now you kind of turn around, you kind of see one of the more smaller towns of this, and it's like not like they're used to like outsiders, but not as frequent as like the main cities of this continent or anything like that. So the four of you are all kind of walking in, and definitely kind of getting some looks from the like local Dragonborn. One thing you kind of notice is one thing you were not told or prepared for Dragonborn culture, especially in the small villages or towns, is it's not. I mean, there's almost a close sense of that.
Oh god.
You're looking around, and you can definitely tell there's a lot more smattering of gold Dragonborn than any other color within this town. And it seems like this is like more for like gold Dragonborns kind of come here or raised here or kind of thing. Exactly. It seems to have like not necessarily segregation or things like that or apartheid or things like that, but just like naturally they seem to naturally kind of gold dragons seem to more accumulate to this area. There are still good helping of like others like reds, blues, silvers, whites, greens,
Not
and
many
coppers.
Goliaths or Tabaxis.
No.
Well,
In fact,
that
you're
not.
like basically the only kind of non-Dragonborns here.
Cool.
Okay.
Racism at its finest.
Why is everybody staring at us?
Because we don't have a swishy tail and horns.
You've got a swishy tail.
No, he's not. He's nappy butt.
You
Oh,
do
you
find,
have no
you
that.
find
Yeah,
one
we
thing you
got
have noticed with the Dragonborn that not all of them do have tails. It's about roughly a 50-50 marker if they have tails or if they
Oh, so we
don't.
blend right in there, but it's fine.
We also don't have scales.
I mean, I could wild shape into a
Does his
wyvern
new
now.
long coat up?
I mean, technically, I have scales on my neck, but it doesn't count.
Wearing the scales of a dead red dragon.
Oh yeah.
They're gold. Maybe they were okay with it.
There's a couple of red dragons here.
Just going to keep my coat and
Shall we just go to
no biggie. What time of day is it?
It's now probably roughly midday, early afternoon time.
Okay, cool. We don't have to stay here. Just walk straight through to the mountains.
Just
No,
go.
no biggie. Just keep going.
pass through? Just ignore the
Just
guys in
pass
white hoods
them
and
by.
keep going?
Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
Smile away, buzz. Smile away.
People do kind of slightly move out of the way for you. They're not giving you like a wide berth or anything like that, but they're
Oh,
kind
they
of
should do.
Sharpening their pitchforks.
well, not that, so
Well,
they
you
know
get
about
torches.
On the
outsiders.
torches.
Yeah.
And they know about outsiders, things like that, and they've had like a few kind of come through in the past, this, that, and the other. But it's like there's a number of them who are just like they're just people. We don't give a shit if they come through or not, kind of thing. Others are like making a big point of like looking at you and watching you as you kind of walk past.
We are
And once,
very strange.
And then
Take
once-
a photo, it'll last longer, dear.
once you're there, once you're either out of their
Make a
eyesight,
woodcut. It'll last longer.
once you're either out of their eyesight or there's like it's gotten to the point where they're done to that, they just kind of go back about their business, kind of thing.
It's
You get to
gonna
the
take-
edge.
It's going to take until someone near the edge of town before Spring runs out of the ability to risk just going, "How one of them." One of the ones that's really staring.
You want an autograph? A stone carving?
You're gonna see one just like sitting there, just kind of like on a bench, just kind of watching the world go by, and just like watching. It's like, and you do that to him, and just like,
Hey, you're feeling me. Nice one, man.
and you just see like his the person's friend there. Just,
I didn't know he did it to me!
Come on.
No work here.
And they kind of get up and head off. Get the edge of town, and you just
Of course,
see
domestic.
you see this kind of sort of pathway heading up into the mountain proper itself. You see like a few, just from like a small vantage point of looking up the mountains, mass mountain range that dominates the west coast side of this. You can see several cave entrances already kind of dying in and out. And you're just kind of standing there, and you see like 2 scalebound guards just kind of guarding the mountain, or looking off into the mountain. So that's one thing you have noticed, like one of the big things, like especially the villages town, are their scalebound guards, which are like Dragonborn guardians with like very particular made scale armor. And one around, all with lances, all with swords, shields, and everything ready just in case anything happens. You can just see the enchantments on any of the blade weapons. Is that just in case of any kind of monsters or anything that might roll into the town, at least they have a way to defend it enough so that no one get hurt and they can push the monster back. See 2 of them guarding this pathway up onto the mountains. As you're kind of going, one kind of steps in front of you like, what are you guys doing going up the mountain?
Well, I don't know.
Going for a bit of sightseeing.
Sightseeing?
No, we're on a mission.
Mission of sightseeing.
What kind of mission?
A secret mission.
Do you know Nalarais?
Nalarais.
Mm-hmm.
Blue one. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah,
take
most of us
candy,
scalebound
don't
know him, yeah.
He's sending us up the mountain for his purposes.
Make a persuasion check.
Wow. Let's just hope it's
With
not-
advantage.
Good. 22.
2.
Finally a good roll!
Bloody time.
Well, I'm not gonna dismiss one of the freaking royal family members. Of course not. We do such a thing with that. Freaking one risk. You can kind of see him kind of sort of visibly sweat under his armor a little bit. It's like, yeah, no. It's like, all right, just be warned. There's a lot of monsters, a lot of things in that area. Come fighting them. Well,
Do you think Nalarais would send people who are incompetent?
I don't think he would. Just,
I look around sheepishly.
I just wouldn't be doing my. I just wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't warn you beforehand.
Your name?
Why flaked you?
Name? Lygic.
I'll make
Come
certain he
again.
knows you.
Lygic.
I'll make certain he knows you did your job well when we see him next.
Thank you.
Hashtag promotion.
You guys, before you all start heading up the mountain, following the different curved paths up, and you can see several different pathways that you can go. You can see like some points where you can scale up.
Is it like a fork in the road?
right.
Like we've got to pick. He's on one of the mountains,
dear.
maybe.
Do you want to get anything else before you leave the city? How about a fucking map, guys?
Nah, it's too easy.
A map!
Far too fucking easy.
Is the map even going to help if you don't know which mountain we're going up yet anyway?
I don't know, it might have, topography on it and like elevation lines.
These
So
names.
that
So-
one's tall, that one's tall, and that one's tall. But
A lot of people don't like going up these mountains, and clearly they're not being told to go up these mountains, so I don't think there really would be a map.
We could ask them.
Hey guys, don't suppose you have a map?